What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very non-common stream. We are doing a midday stream on a Tuesday. We normally go live tonight, which we still will, but this is a little bit different. We're going to just monitor all the cuts and transactions that are happening for the Chiefs as they go down from 90 players, or roughly 90 players, to 53 by 3 p.m. Central, I believe it is. I think they have to do it by 4 Eastern, which is 3 Central, so definitely want to hang out. I have a couple things to pull up and we can watch stuff in real time. There's already been some things that have happened, so I want to talk about that and more. But first, alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope you guys are doing well on this Tuesday afternoon, man. I see some of y'all in here. Got a little over a hundo in here right now. What's up, David, Bud? Tony's in here. I already said David. L3rd. Oh, Nightbot. Hello. Key TV wants my autograph. Well, it's not worth anything, but you could have it if you want. What's up, Flare Flex, Gina, Brian? What up, everybody? All right, so let's look at a couple things that have happened so far. Let's go back a little bit. So first thing this morning, this happened. That's what that's going to look like. Okay, that's good to know. The Panthers acquired wide receiver Ihmir Smith-Marsette from the Chiefs in exchange for a swap of conditional 2025 7th rounders. Okay, so the Chiefs moved up in the 7th round, I guess, is my guess, for 7th round in 2025. Now, this is not a surprise to me, man. I wish Ihmir Smith-Marsette the best. I know he had a great performance in the preseason, but he was running with the 3s and the 4s. Some people said, well, Justin Watson's on the bubble because Ihmir Smith-Marsette's coming for his job. Well, when Justin Watson runs exclusively with the 1s, and Ihmir Smith-Marsette's playing deep in the 4th quarter in these preseason games with the 3s and 4s, it wasn't going to happen. But I do wish him the best. So that was the first thing that was announced this morning out of anything at all. Derek Gore got cut from the Commanders, former Chief alert. There's a little bit of info we could talk about on the practice squad later, but this just happened an hour ago. The Chiefs have released former 2021 4th round pick Joshua Kando. I don't know how surprised of that I really am. He could probably land back on the Chiefs practice squad, to be honest, so I didn't have him making the 53. No surprise there. And then Josh Jacobs returned to the Raiders and signed his tag. And so in exchange, after that, basically, the Chiefs released running back Damian Williams, the former Chief. So goodbye, old friend. And then this was a scary tweet. Adam Schefter said, intra-division trade. With Chris Jones still holding out, the Chiefs traded a 6th round draft pick to the Raiders for defensive tackle Neil Farrell. I think he's Will Ferrell's step cousin. Just kidding. But he's a 6th round pick in 2021 or 2022. And they did a couple more things. They released Deion Bush and Danny Shelton. Both of these guys are vested vets. They don't have to clear waivers to sign to the Chiefs practice squad. So we need to keep an eye on that. I did have Deion Bush not on the roster and doing something just like this, having him going and signing with the practice squad while the Chiefs figured out their secondary room, especially with injuries to the cornerback room. Snead's knee is still banged up. Nick Jones has a couple fractured fingers. Danny Shelton is a guy I had on my 53-man roster, but I kind of said that's with Chris Jones being on the did not report list. He's not on there yet, but if he doesn't report today, I think the Chiefs could move him there. I will say, I did not, these are the things when you do an initial 53-man roster projection or even finals, you don't know how trades could work out. So I did not necessarily expect the Chiefs to trade for the Raiders' former 6th round pick in Neil Farrell. So maybe that's Shelton's replacement. I honestly have no idea. Shelton could also sign to the practice squad. But as of right now, that's it, unless there's been something that's happened right now. Let's see. This is a little bit more info on Neil Farrell. He's a 4th round pick. Why did I say 6th? Did I read the... Was I tripping? Why did I say 6th? Maybe I'm tripping. All right, fair enough. 4th round, not oh, they're sending a 6th-round pick to Vegas. I can't read, guys. Sorry. Yeah, former 4th-round pick sending a 6th to Vegas in exchange. So that's what's going on. He didn't do too much last season, from what I understand, but he played just 158 snaps last year after being drafted in the 4th round. We'll see. I mean, the Chiefs gave up very little for it. But also at the same time, guys, with Chris Jones gone, or with Chris Jones here, they're still kind of light in their defensive tackle room, I think, as far as depth goes. So even if Chris Jones shows up, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit more DT depth. I think it's a good idea, actually. Ghost Kyle with the 5. The Zoom call Sunday night was fun. Can't wait for next month where I'll recap weeks 1 through 3 of the Vikings. Yeah, man. Appreciate you being there, bro. Appreciate that a ton, man. Thanks for the 5, too. Frank with the 10. Hey, Cole, red-bearded friend and fellow donkey kicker. How goes it? What's up, man? Hey, we just here. We here looking at the moves that have happened. Here's kind of what has gone on so far. We went over it in a bit slower fashion just a minute ago on my Twitter. But here's kind of everything. I mean, Fortson and Nazi Johnson placed on IR. They traded Amir Smith-Marset. They waived Joshua Kando and Phil Hoskins. I actually forgot about that one. And then they also waived or cut. Where the freak is maybe I just need to refresh this. There it is. Okay, there's a couple more. They waived Reese Taylor, Joshua Kando, Phil Hoskins, and then they released Danny Shelton and Deion Bush. Now, I have a little thing up here. Remember the 53-man roster that we created last week on the live stream? I kind of have what the 53-man roster is going to look like right now, to the best of my ability, while some of these cuts and stuff happen. You know, Deion Bush, I didn't have him making it on my initial 53. I threw Khalif Halassi up there as cornerback 6, but if they go with Boodle or Boydo or something else, okay. But we'll see. I've also added to the D line Neil Farrell right here. I've already added him. So as changes happen, we will continue looking at this list kind of in real time as I update it for you guys. Where does Smith-Marset get traded? The Panthers. Yeah, guys. Smith-Marset was never going to make the roster, y'all. I do wish him the best, though. The wide receiver room's too deep, man. It was just too much. Respectfully, Boodle can hit the road. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a toss-up between some of those back-end guys. Echo Boydo, Lamar Jackson, Boodle. Yeah, there's a few. I put Khalif Halassi on there for me as cornerback 6. Just, I was like, he made some good splash plays during preseason, but if they went a different direction or even claimed another one off of the waiver wire, I wouldn't even be surprised. But yeah, any questions you guys have, just let me know. I'm going to bounce back and forth between this to update it. And then I'm still going to keep kind of just scraping Twitter. What a name. I need to fix this. Let me, we need more. Oh, I'll just do this? No. So you guys can see a little higher. There we go. The Saints waived cornerback Smoke Monday. What a freaking name. Geez, the Browns have already set their roster? All right. What's wrong with the name? Oh, nothing's wrong with the name. It's just funny. Smoke Monday. His real name is Quindarius. Oh my gosh. Quindarius Monday. I like that. Samuel. The username is before Tuesday. I didn't even see that. Oh, it is. That's actually hilarious. Before Tuesday. Hey, also, since it's really looking like Justin Ross is going to make the roster on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, Twitter X, X Twitter. If Justin Ross makes the roster, I posted this a little while ago, I'll gift a random person who retweets this and is following me at HBT Chiefs and Kylie Winfrey a Justin Ross jersey from the NFL shop. I mean, there's kind of a lot going on here. You've got 3,000 retweets. But if you want to get in on that, just make sure you're following us both and retweet that. And we'll give that away. Not today, but we'll give it away. Well, yeah, probably not today. But we'll do it sometime real soon. Which Chiefs wide receiver you think will have the best season? Best season from a production standpoint or from initial expectations? That's probably two different questions. I think MVS right now, in my eyes, leads the room, aside from Travis Kelce. If Sky Moore impresses, great, and shows out in year 2, Richie James could take a bigger role. There's a lot of unknowns, man, with this room that I'm intrigued and excited about. It's just, I'm not sure. Viola said Ross. Yeah, I don't personally have Ross leading the wide receiver room in production. But if he does, that's fantastic. Fine with me. Sky, just no kick returns. All right, fair enough. Exit. I don't want to live in a world without Smoke Monday or Bumper Pool in the NFL. What's up, Antonio? Appreciate the kind words. Michael said, did you see the Braves Acuna get his leg humped by fans and charged? No. I did not see that. The heck? Thoughts on the Amir Smith-Marset trade? I mean, he wasn't going to make the roster. So, he was one of those players that was being named among like potential pre-cut down trades. So I guess I'm not surprised. I didn't think he was going to clear waivers. So the fact that he's not a Chief, like, I'm not surprised. Bittersweet though. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, man, definitely ready for football. All right, what else we got going on here? Okay. I was just making sure that nothing else happened, and it hasn't. Mahomes and MVS get their timing improved over last year. MVS could reach 1,000 yards. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm saying right now. I think MVS leads the room in production, but that's obviously behind Travis Kelce, who definitely gets over 1,000. So here's kind of what I have so far for the Chiefs 53-man roster. Most of this is like my 53-man roster prediction. We'll see if the Chiefs go with 4 running backs or 3, but if they go with 4, this is what I kind of have it looking like. I have them going with 7 wide receivers. Not in any exact particular production order, but this could look somewhat, I might even put Rashee Rice back here. Like if we're looking at an initial depth chart, something like this. Now, people don't like that I have Justin Ross at wide receiver 7. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's just initially he might be number 7 on the depth chart, could easily work his way up. So that really doesn't matter. I still have them rolling with 3 tight ends. They could go with 2, cut Blake Bell, re-sign him after they move some guys to IR or anything like that. I have the starting 5 on the O-line. Then you got Prince, Nick Allegretti, Wanya Morris, and Darian Kennard, which means Lucas Niang is the odd man out. I struggle with that one. I think the Chiefs could also roll with 10 offensive linemen, and Niang is included. So I struggled there. But in order to have 10 O-linemen, you've got to have one less QB, one less running back, one less tight end. And that's where I'm like, well, maybe Blake Bell could actually be cut here because he's a veteran. So he doesn't have to clear waivers. He could hang out for a minute on a backdoor handshake kind of a thing and then re-sign once, if Tony moves to IR, then they have 10 O-linemen, but Blake's cut. They could, once they move Tony to IR for 4 weeks, re-sign Blake Bell. They could also do that with Turk Wharton, and that could be another way if Turk Wharton's knee still needs some more time. The initial reports on Kadarius Toney, I know some of you could be saying it in the chat already. He could be ready by week 1. I am just extremely skeptical at this point in time that the Chiefs are going to rush him out there. But that's just my personal thoughts. You think Fortson comes back from IR? No, he's already been placed on IR. Now, if you're saying could he reach an injury settlement with the team, be released, and then re-sign later? I guess I wouldn't rule that out. I wouldn't rule it out completely. We'll see though. Is Chris Jones getting traded? Not that I know of. Not yet. Not right now. Exo said Ross made it. Check news. I mean, I already have him making it. So that's not new news. Nice. It's new news officially, but I had him on there, so I'm not surprised. Justin Ross, who missed all of last season following a foot surgery, has made the Chiefs' initial 53-man roster per source. Now, what that means is we're definitely giving away a jersey. I'm going to add to this little thread. Great news. New news. That's pretty cool, I guess, that Nate Taylor would just tweet that out. That's the first report. That's so random. It's the first report of a player being announced that they made the 53. But that doesn't surprise me. Now, here's a question for you guys. Justin Ross confirmed through, this is Nate Taylor of The Athletic. That's a very reliable, trustworthy source. So he said Justin Ross made the roster. Great. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was thinking. But I'm also thinking they roll with 7 receivers. If Justin Ross makes the 53 and they roll with 6 receivers, who the heck is cut? It ain't KT. It ain't MVS. It ain't Sky Moore. And it ain't Rashee Rice. Some people are saying cut Rice because he dropped 4 passes in the preseason. Jamar Chase dropped 4 passes his rookie year in the preseason. I'm not saying Rashee Rice is Jamar Chase. Don't get it twisted. Jamar Chase, one of the best in the game. But I wouldn't overreact to some drops in the preseason. Now, if it becomes a continued trend and he can't get that figured out, that's a problem. But I'm saying all that to say Rashee Rice is not getting cut, guys. So if I move it over from like who I think is here to stay, I mean, if you've got these, you've got Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, and Justin Watson. That means Justin Ross. If they roll with 7, it's going to look like this, more than likely. That's not 100%, but that's where I would think. If they go with 6, Watson or Richie James would go away. I really think they roll with 7, and maybe Kadarius Toney goes to IR. But time will tell. I'd love to get your thoughts. Ross making the roster, I think, guarantees 7. Yeah, that's what I think, exit. Watson isn't going anywhere. I mean, I have him making the roster, Chief Kirby. I've never not had Justin Watson making the roster, even though some people would have preferred he didn't. I mean, a lot of people in there saying bye-bye Watson. If they roll with 6, it's either Richie James or Watson. That's gone. Because Sky Moore, rookie contract. Rashee Rice, rookie contract. MVS, on a year 2 of his 3-year deal, and his out is really next year. And I also think he's going to be borderline the most productive receiver in the Chiefs wide receiver room. He's the vet going into year 2. I don't think he's going anywhere. I'd be pretty freaking surprised. So, KT, rookie deal. He's not going anywhere. The only 2 that I can't confidently with 100% confidence, I know I said confidently and confidence in the same sentence. These are the only 2 that I'm like, well, I can't 100% guarantee it. Though, on my 53-man roster projection, I have the Chiefs rolling with 7, with all 7 of these guys making it. Hey, Twitter, you got any news for me? No more news? New news? No. I got a DM on Twitter. I'm just going to check it. I don't want you to see it. Just in case. I was like, I don't know who's DMing me. It's just Jordan Schultz. Source. Wide receiver Justin Ross has made the Chiefs 53-man roster after an excellent training camp. Nice. Hey, do you guys like this shirt, by the way? It makes Andy Reid seem like he's a black head coach. It's the only thing that's funny to me. Like, it would have made more sense maybe on a white shirt or something, but it doesn't really matter. It's just big red with the outline. I like that. You got the mustache. You got the glasses. Let's go. That's from Breaking Tea, by the way. Exclamation point Breaking Tea should get you the link. I ordered a few shirts from there recently. I have a ton from them. I'm an affiliate. I get 10% kickback if you use that link and buy some of these shirts, but you definitely don't have to. But I do like this one a lot, dude. Big Red, let's go. Yo, JJ Hackett, thanks for the membership. I am the divorce. Said Clyde needs to be cut before Watson. Rolling with 7 is the best option. Are you happy for Smith-Marset? Yeah, I think Smith-Marset actually has a chance of contributing on the 53-man roster. I'm a bit on the 53-man roster for the Panthers, rather. I'm a bit bummed for him. Today is his birthday, guys, if you didn't know. So today is Smith-Marset's birthday, and he got traded. But we got a new one, guys. What was the next question? Clyde needs cut before Watson. I don't think they cut Clyde. I mean, unless they're just so high on the Michael Pirine, and they're like, we don't know what else to do other than roll with 3. I also wonder if you could roll with, I'm processing out loud, guys. I almost wonder if you could roll with Pacheco, McKinnon, and CEH. Cut Pirine, and he clears waivers. He's practice squad for now while they figure out what to do. I hope they don't risk that because I think Pirine's pretty valuable. I think Deneric Prince has better chances of clearing waivers than Pirine potentially. Maybe they both could. I don't know. We'll see though. That's the question. The Chiefs are going to have to make those decisions. You know, if they want to roll with 7 wide receivers, but they want 10 linemen, you know, they can cut around it with veterans like the Blake Bell scenario I said. They've already cut Deion Bush, and they've already cut who else? Danny Shelton, both veterans. This is new. The Chiefs are waiving cornerback Echo Boydo. A source told the Star he had a good camp. Would think they'd try to bring him back if he clears waivers. James with the 5. Appreciate you, man. Speaking of your Twitter DMs, how about those black hole pics I sent? You're insane for dressing up like a Raider. You are insane, man. Appreciate the 5, dude. Whoa! Sorry, my notifications updated right when I went to click it. So that doesn't actually change. Echo Boydo getting waived doesn't change anything for me on my 53-man roster projection. I kind of had Khalif as CB6. I'm not super confident in that, but I was more confident in Khalif than I was Reese Taylor, who's been let go, and Echo Boydo, who's been let go. Boodle kind of got worked. I would be a little surprised if they kept him, but maybe they are higher on Boodle than Khalif Halassi. So maybe they only roll with 5 corners. So he could be gone anyway. But the fact that they cut Deion Bush because he's a veteran, it makes me wonder if they are going to roll with 4 safeties. Let me refresh this because we can get some updates. They might not even have this completely updated. Yeah, you can see down here. Reese Taylor waived, Danny Shelton and Deion Bush released. The Chiefs traded for Neil Farrell in exchange for a 6th-round pick. Then they waived Joshua Kando and Phil Hoskins. They traded Amir Smith-Marset to the Panthers in exchange for a swap of conditional 2025 7th-round picks. And here's pretty much the most updated. I think that last one is not on there with Echo Boydo yet. You saw Mike Edwards was cut? I'm not for sure. Okay, I can look. Haven't seen it yet. What's funny is when I was making my 53-man roster projection, I actually thought Mike Edwards struggled. And he did cross my mind of like, is this man safe? I think he is. But if he was cut, that would be interesting. Like, what are they going to do? They already got rid of Bush. Okay. We're still in the clear. What did you eat for lunch? What did I eat for lunch? I had a salad. A kale salad with chicken on it. Then I had some chips. I had some freaking Cape Cod jalapeno. What are those? The baked, kettle cooked. And then for dessert, I have some Boulevard beer, baby. Grapefruit wheat. Got a couple of these. Fire Production says Giants are better than the Chiefs. Yeah, and you're supposed to stop at green lights. What else would make sense? Yeah, there's actually nothing that makes remotely sense with that statement. A great dessert. Yeah, grapefruit wheat's pretty, it's kind of like a dessert beer. It's not a sour. How does the members only live work? How does the members only live work? Once a month, we do a members only live stream giveaway. Where we're giving away signed jersey, NFL shop jersey, and some coffee. That's on Thursday night. It's already scheduled. So you just go in there. I give you the directions on how to potentially win. You comment on a video with a hashtag, and then we do a random comment picker. Carson Wentz, last time I checked, has not gone to the Chiefs. There has been an inquiry. There's been conversations and communication about potentially having Wentz on the Chiefs. And I think if that's the case, he would be on their practice squad. Let's see. Cowboys just traded Kelvin Joseph. I mean, can you give me a little bit more details? Oh, here we go. Dolphins are trading former first-round cornerback Noah, good luck with that freaking last name, to the Cowboys for cornerback Kelvin Joseph. Bro, the Dolphins really, truly might be making room for Jonathan Taylor. I think it's happening. Everybody wants the jersey. Nothing new yet. I mean, that's pretty good. I like that. Here's kind of what's going on so far. This should be the most up-to-date. They still don't have Echo Boydo on here, though. So it's missing Echo Boydo right now. Jayhawker with the 10. Thanks, man. I wanted your thoughts. I don't understand why we are paying Jawan. Okay, Jawan Taylor, if we're going to play him at right tackle, especially with Donovan playing left. I think the thought for the Kansas City Chiefs, honestly, guys, they signed Jawan Taylor a hefty deal, but he was probably one of the best tackles hitting free agency. So they signed him to a hefty deal, but the salary cap's going to continue to climb. It's not going to be that big of a deal for a right tackle contract here soon. And I think they honestly were hoping to go into the draft and get a left tackle, man. I think they tried to trade up for one. I know there's reports saying it was for Nazi Smith, the defensive tackle, amongst the Chris Jones situation, but I think they tried to go up for one in the draft because when it didn't happen, they immediately signed Donovan Smith after. So wouldn't be surprised if we see the Chiefs go after a left tackle in the draft next year. If you do, the reason why I'm saying that is if you do that, paying Jawan Taylor his contract right now is not a big deal if you have a franchise left tackle on their rookie deal. You know, so I don't know. That's some speculation, but that was kind of my thoughts. Now, you also have to start thinking about Trey Smith. You have to thinking about Creed Humphrey. Joe Tooney is not getting any younger. So you've got to keep some of those guys and begin to retool a little bit. See if there's anything else. 7 notifications. All right. Nothing really here. I hit up a guy who runs a Raiders channel for a living, and he specializes in offensive linemen, or he really kind of specializes in monitoring in the trenches. So once we traded for Neil Farrell, I said, is this good or bad for Kansas City, or kind of meh? Like, what are your thoughts on it? He said he definitely has upside, but I think he lacks pass rush ability. He still has to develop. And one thing to keep in mind is the Raiders have like 9 defensive tackles that are all pretty much the same caliber of player. So the Raiders were deep, and the Chiefs needed some depth. That's where they went. See, anything else? We have a post from, let me see if this is new. Anything new? Yeah, there's another little new piece. The Chiefs are waiving safety Anthony Cook, an undrafted rookie free agent out of Texas. He had a strong camp and is likely to sign with the club's practice squad if he clears waivers. So there's another one. Another one bites the dust. And if you guys want to see what I think the 53-man roster could potentially shake out to look like, I can kind of leave it on this page for a minute. Again, I'm not a freaking, I'm not a wizard. I can't read the future. This is just my best guess at the Chiefs 53. Assuming they roll with 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 7 receivers, and 3 tight ends, I have them rolling with 9 offensive linemen. They can obviously roll with 10. You keep Lucas Niang on there if so. I did wonder if they'd try to trade him, but we'll see. Are the Chiefs not practicing this week? They should be practicing this week. It might be a lighter week, but I'm not sure. Do we have time to run Wasp? I hope so. Do Not Care said, did you see DeMar? Yeah, DeMar Hamlin made the Bills 53-man roster, which was pretty cool, man. Why trade with AFC West rival? Well, it's because the Raiders were deep at defensive tackle and the Chiefs needed a little bit more depth. Some are saying, well, that's because they're unsure about the Chris Jones situation. Even if Chris Jones' situation wasn't an issue, Chris Jones was there, he reported, they still need some defensive tackle depth. They didn't trade. They lost Colin Saunders to the Saints in free agency. Then they did draft Keandre Coburn in the 6th round, but he's in preseason he's been rolling with the 3s and the 4s. Turk Wharton is still coming back off of tearing that ACL. So I still think they need depth regardless, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, Jayhawker, hopefully that answered your question a little bit. Thanks for the 10 bomb. I don't think Jawan Taylor put us in a bad spot. I mean, if they didn't sign Jawan, they were going to try to sign, they tried to sign Orlando a little bit the offseason prior. I mean, the issue with Jones is it's not necessarily because of Jawan Taylor or anything like that. It's because reportedly Chris Jones wants Aaron Donald money. around 31-ish, 31.5-ish. I think it's technically 31.67 million a year. I don't think the Chiefs want to do that. So I think that's where we are. Worst case outcome with the Chris Jones saga. Worst case, he's traded. I mean, worst case, he sits out 7 weeks and then returns before week 8 so he can still have an accrued season under his belt. But by that point, he's losing so much money. You might as well just played. I don't know. Tough. Yeah, worst case, he's traded. That's why I thought that. What's the closest you think they'll pay Jones? Yeah, Justin Ross is a lock, per the report of Nate Taylor from The Athletic. See if there's any more news. Chiefs are planning to keep 5th-round edge rusher B.J. Thompson on their 53-man roster. Sam McDowell's with the KC Star. Think what you want of them, but they do have a couple sources when they're not trying to trash players on the team. And I have him on the roster. So there he is. I had him on there. So BJ's safe. Chris Jones, I had him off my last 53-man roster projection, landing on the did not report list. And who I actually added to make room for him was Malik Herring. So I will put Malik back up there for now. I know Malik's an edge. I get that. But I did have, with Chris Jones out, I had Malik on there, but we'll see. So this is actually 54 players, but if Chris Jones gets moved to the did not report, it would bring it right down to 53. So we'll see. We shall see. Do you expect Ross to play in the regular season? Yes. I mean, to what extent? No idea. He kind of has to earn that a little bit, and They'll give him chances. If he makes most of those opportunities, Patrick begins to trust him more. Obviously, there's some trust there already, but they only had a few reps together in preseason. But yeah, he'll see some playing time for sure. I don't see why not. No reason to think otherwise. What if Jones went to San Francisco for Bosa? Bosa in a minute he would be killer and get Dunlap. I think Chris Jones stays and Bosa stays with their teams, but hey, okay, fine with me. Let's go. Cole Christensen's being waived. It must be like just announced, maybe. Where do you see that? Who's saying that? Maybe PJ Green? No? Oh, here we go. Maybe. Pete Sweeney? For the first time in the Reed Chiefs era, Chiefs will keep 7 wide receivers on their initial 53-man roster deadline. I can confirm. Kadarius Toney. Oh, shoot, here we go. Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Richie James, Rashee Rice, and Justin Ross. There you have it. There you have it. Now, I have this little guy that I told I would not forget on YouTube because he basically bet me his entire mortgage and life savings that Justin Ross wasn't making the roster, and I said once he makes the roster, I will come find you. So I'm going to come find him real quick, and I'm going to respond to his comment and say what's up. Dakota Brewer 166 said this. I'll pull up the whole feed. I'm going to expose this man. Let's read this entire conversation. Dumb YouTube comments exposed. Really, Justin Ross? LOL. I can pick a lot better play than that. Why do people hype someone up who's not making the team? I said, well, Dakota, he's making the team. And since you're so cool, go ahead and start your own channel. Can't wait to see all your amazing content. LMAO, he's not making the team. I am pretty cool, but I don't care about being a YouTuber. So I said, hey, Dakota, I'll come back here when he makes the roster. As long as he stays healthy, he's on the 53. This guy then said, do what you want. Well, I do what I want. I'm my own boss. Thank you. Now he's saying I was too scared to make a bet. If you're so sure that he'll make the team, then put your money where your mouth is. I know he isn't making the team. Ha ha! Okay, Dakota. Get exposed. Hold this L. I don't care if people disagree with me, but don't come in being a D-bag when I run the show. Don't do that or you will get exposed. I just responded saying, hello, buddy. Just circling back to say hi and for no other real reason. Hold that L, Dakota. Have a good day. Okay, let's see if there's any other moves that have happened in the meantime. Okay, Matt Derrick is confirming what somebody said in chat. The Chiefs are also waiving linebacker Cole Christensen. A source tells Chiefs Digest he sustained a rib injury in Saturday's preseason final, but has been cleared medically. If he clears waivers, he is expected to re-sign with the club's practice squad. I didn't have him making the 53 either, so no real change. Let's see if there's something else. Nobody else yet, but here's kind of the moves so far. This tracker is lagging behind a little bit. Cole Christensen is added to this list, but other players are Echo Boydo, Reese Taylor, Joshua Kando, Phil Hoskins. They released Danny Shelton and Deion Bush. Amir Smith-Marset got traded. And then the Chiefs acquired through trade defensive tackle Neil Farrell from the Raiders. What's up, Brian? Hey, Cole, what's your take of Farrell? He played a pretty limited sample size. I don't know a ton about him. I think he's just valuable depth. Yo, Mac Lethal in here? What up, Mac? Lynn, I appreciate the kind words. What's happened so far? Basically all this. All that you can see. Mac Lethal, Petty Cole is my favorite. I mean, as the channel grows, I'm less petty at times, but if people want to come in being petty, tell me to put my money where my mouth is when I said he's literally making the roster, and they want to put their mortgage down that he's not, and you're wrong, of course you're getting called out. 9 days away, couldn't get here faster. Exactly, Sam. How does a new rule work with the extra QB? Basically, if you keep the third QB for the third emergency QB rule, they have to be part of the 53-man roster, but they won't count as the... How many freaking dresses out, guys? Is it 46? It changed with COVID. Is it 46? Anybody know off the top of their head? 48. On game day, however, 48 players can dress as the 53, but the third QB rule will basically allow them to dress 49. So he counts towards the 53, but not towards one of the 48 that you can dress, basically. What they get for ISM, they swapped 7th round picks, I think is what it was. Yeah, in exchange for a swap of conditional 2025 7th round picks. So basically nothing, conditional picks. What website am I using? This is Arrowhead Pride's 53-man roster tracker. Update, Cole Christensen's on. Okay, nice. Yep, there he is. 84 right now, and they got to get down to 53, ladies and gentlemen.
And when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper and go get it.
Ward said, love your channel. Thanks for the Chiefs news. Heck yeah, man. Appreciate you. What'd you think of the release of Danny Shelton? Yeah. I had him on the roster, my final 53-man roster projection, if they moved Chris Jones to the did not report list. But there's other factors that you can't predict, like the trade. So when the Chiefs traded for defensive tackle Neil Farrell, he's only a second-year player. You can then cut or release Danny Shelton because he's a vet. He won't have to clear waivers. So he could sign to the practice squad while they figure out their room and then get re-signed. He can get called up. Like, we'll see. I don't know that Danny Shelton's time in Kansas City is done because he got released. We'll definitely have to see. Parrish with the 5. Mac loves the Chief songs, man. I'm excited to hear another. Ooh, yes, sir. Mac Lethal with the bars. Okay, I don't know how to say his name. KL? Kyle? There's no way that's Kyle. Right? Anyway, appreciate the $5 super sticker, man. Let me know how to pronounce your name so I can say it right. Jayhawker with the 5. I picked Justin Ross in the final round of my fantasy league. Ooh, nice, bro. Let's go. Let's go back to Twitter. See if there's anything new. Seven wide receivers, ladies and gentlemen. It's Nico. We are unsure what they do with him. Yeah, Nico Remigio could be the IR stash for the year like Justin Ross was last year. I honestly have no idea if he will be, but yeah. I'm not sure. Nico has not... We had no update on Nico Remigio since he hurt his shoulder. So I really don't know what to do with him at this point in time. Any new updates? Not really. So this is Arrowhead Pride's roster tracker. They're notating all the cuts and moves that have been made. Who do we just trade for? Well, unless there's a new one, we traded the Raiders for defensive tackle Neil Farrell. You can see right here, or right here rather. Any news from the RB room? Not yet, John. I mean, I have the room looking like this, but I don't know yet. We'll see if the Chiefs keep 4 running backs or they go with 3. If they go with 3, I would think it's Pacheco, McKinnon, CEH, and they probably bank on either LaMichael Pirine and or Deneric Prince clearing waivers. Not sure if they both do. I honestly have no clue. They could. I have them rolling with 4, but if they go with, if you go with 10 O-linemen, you've got to make a sacrifice somewhere. Could be at tight end. We'll have to see. Ray Mack with the membership. Let's go, brother. Appreciate you. Is Neil Farrell good? I don't watch bad teams like the Raiders. I messaged a guy who covers the Raiders for a living and just kind of said, hey, man, what are your thoughts on the defensive tackle that the Chiefs traded for? He said he definitely has upside, but I think he lacks pass rush ability. He still has to develop. And one thing to keep in mind is we have like 9 defensive tackles that are all pretty much the same caliber of player. We got 1,600 people in here. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to stay live in theory until we can figure out what the Chiefs 53-man roster looks like. We'll pretty much jump off pretty quickly after that, and then I'm going to make a video. And then I have my Tuesday night Q&As at 8 p.m. They're already scheduled, so we'll go live 8 p.m., and we will just kind of talk about the 53 and thoughts around it and where to go from there. Here's the defense if you want to see it for now. Again, this is my best guess at the 53, and I'm updating it in real time as moves and stuff like that happen. Don't ask why I'm singing, because I don't know. I am not sure, but it's interesting. They're rolling with 7 wide receivers for sure, so this is confirmed. Wide receivers, we hit it spot on. My initial 53 had 7, with the 7 being these 7. Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Justin Watson, Richie James. They didn't have it in that exact order. Pete Sweeney didn't, but yeah. There's the 7. Andrew said, is it worth it to cut CEH to keep Prince? I think Prince would clear waivers. And he kind of struggled in preseason a little bit. Unless Dave Tobe says, that's my kick returner, we need that man, then I think it's Pirine. Or if the Chiefs, make a little bit of a surprising move and just go with 3, I'm not sure we see Pirine or Prince. I don't think they get rid of CEH, guys. Again, I can't say that as like 100% fact, but he's valuable depth. It's not sexy. He's not the best player in the world. He hasn't lived up to his first round hype, but he has had stretches of production when he's not injured. There are some frustrating aspects about his game. I get it, but he knows the system. He's trusted. And if, McKinnon or Pacheco went down, you want valuable depth, and I think that's what CEH is. You got to also remember, Pacheco is just coming off of being cleared from that shoulder surgery, and he may not be given a full go, like from the jump. That might be CEH. So CEH could kind of be the early season workhorse. Yeah, Chip, crispy, nice. The CH was throwing me off. CH has been good when he's not hurt. Yeah, he's been productive. Obviously, before he got hurt last season, Pacheco kind of passed him up on the depth chart, but he is productive. Is he Jonathan Taylor? Is he Josh Jacobs? Dalvin Cook? No, but he can play a role in the offense. He scored, like when he was the main back early on last season, he was pretty productive, at least from a red zone touchdown perspective. So Andy Reid can scheme those guys, man. He can scheme them using their strengths. You hope the Chiefs stomp teams instead of letting them hang around? Well, we might have to keep dreaming on that one. Chad said, can't stand CEH. Nico should have made it. Well, Nico's hurt, so we don't know the situation with Nico Remigio. He dislocated his shoulder 2 weeks ago at practice, camp practice. And we've heard nothing. He could be an IR stash. I didn't have him making the roster anyway, even if healthy, but it would have been a fight between him and ISM for sure to kind of make the back end of that roster. We'll see what they do with him. I have no idea. I'm checking Twitter again real quick, guys. See if there's anything out here. I have a feeling all the news is just going to flood. Like, Chiefs will just announce like a bunch of moves. Nothing yet. Yeah, I like Nico too, Tristan. I would love, to see if he could be stashed on IR for the year. If his shoulder injury is actually like needing surgery. If not, I'm sure Nico wouldn't want to be on IR for the year. He wants to go try to land somewhere. Maybe he could clear waivers and land on the practice squad, but he was kind of balling out. Somebody said it's X now. Dude, I literally say Twitter out of habit. I've been saying Twitter for 12 years, or I don't even know how long I've been on there. I'm not even trying to be rude or disrespectful. I'm going to have to get used to the name change because Twitter is literally, as much of a reflex as YouTube, as Facebook, as Instagram. So, yeah, Reese Taylor got waived a little while ago. He should be on this list. I don't know why they're not putting him on there. I had him, I saw that Reese Taylor, let's see, Reese Witherspoon. How do you spell his name? I think it's with an S. The Chiefs have cut cornerback Reese Taylor, a source told the Star. I don't know why it's not updated. It's been there. Been there for a minute. Oh, he is on there? Maybe I just can't read. Where is he? Oh, there he is, right here. People are like, Cole's an idiot. Well, maybe I am, but I'm also blind. Danny will be like my wife. She'll be like, hey, can you go get this or that? And I'll go look for it. I'm like, I literally can't find it. It's not there. She's like, did you check the top drawer or top shelf of the fridge? I'm like, yeah, I did. And she'll go look for it and find it in 5 seconds. Gosh, dang it. How do you do that? I guess the people are saying he's on the list, dude. I literally said, yep, you're right here. What is so great about Justin Watson? He caught 15 passes for about 300 yards. Biggest year ever. Big deal. Teacher's pet. Mahomes trusts him. He's fast. He knows the system. He can play pretty much anywhere. He ran a lot of routes last year. He has value on special teams if needed. That's not his primary value. Yeah, the Chiefs trust him, and valuable depth is a good thing to have, and they obviously trust him more than Amir Smith-Marset and others because he rolled exclusively with the ones. Amir Smith-Marset was with the 3s and 4s. So he's also on a pretty cheap deal. He's not an expensive guy, but he's a dependable depth piece. That's about it. He can make play. Like he on a scramble drill this preseason helped Mahomes score his only touchdown. So he connected with Justin Watson in the end zone. You're not blind. That's a man thing. It is a man thing, but I'm also, it's got to be like some people are colorblind. I'm just like, I see selectively at times. What did we get for ISM? We swapped conditional 7th round 2025 picks. That's it. Thoughts on Neil Farrell? Just a depth piece for a defensive tackle. I feel like even with Chris Jones there, it was a bit light. Turk Wharton, still recovering from injury. Colin Saunders, I almost said Keandre Coburn. Colin Saunders signed with the Saints. Keandre Coburn has been rolling with the 3s and 4s at preseason. So they need depth there. They do. Somebody said Nico will be on IR. I could see it. Chiefs just made a trade with the Raiders. Another one? Or the one we were just talking about? If it's another one, how many times are they trying to trade with this team? Yeah, nothing new. It's just who we've been talking about. It's just this guy. Neil Farrell. This man. Do 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 do. I want to know more answers, ladies and gentlemen. Supposedly we should know around 3 o'clock. I think it's 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Hopefully we know more here soon. Thanks for the 2-bomb, brother. Boodle got to go. I don't have him on the 53, but I did struggle with where to put. I thought the Chiefs might roll with 6 corners because of Snead's knee, and that's still being an issue. Nick Jones still has a couple fractured fingers. He's not going to be ready to go yet. So I was like, well, maybe they roll with 6, and then they cut Dion Bush, and they have released Dion, but I don't have news on this stuff yet. I mean, in my opinion, Snead, McDuffie, Watson, Joshua Williams, and Nick Jones are 5 locks. Question is, what are they doing here? Well, it's not Reese Taylor. It's not Echo Boydo. Could it be Lamar Jackson? The best Lamar Jackson in the NFL? The defensive back? I'm just trolling around. Could it be Boodle? Or could it be Khalif Halassi? That's if they roll with 6. I would think they do, but we'll have to see. Snead's knee and Jones bones. Bones Jones. Thoughts on releasing Dion Bush? Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I don't know that his time is done here. He's a veteran. When you release a veteran prior to cutdowns, they don't have to clear waivers. So they could re-sign him to the practice squad and then sign him back to the active roster a bit later. That wasn't a hugely surprising move. He was on a cheap 1-year deal. So that's fine. Darren Lawyer, we've been without a defense before. LOL, we'll survive a couple games without Chris Jones. Yeah, I'm just a little bit worried. Not like overly concerned, but I'm a little concerned of no Chris Jones and no Charles Omenihu. So hopefully they get something figured out soon with Chris Jones. I will say this, guys. I saw yesterday. Let me see. 829. Let me pull this up. I saw an interesting report yesterday on Chris Jones. I'll pull this up. I'll pull this up so you guys can see it. Oh, you guys can see it. Nice. Okay, bet. Okay. So, at the cutdown, which is 4 p.m. Eastern today, so 3 p.m. Central, the Chiefs will move Jones if he hasn't reported to the reserve/did not report list. If he shows up, say, a week later, then Kansas City would likely apply for a 2-game roster exemption, which during that time, the Chiefs can carry Jones without using a roster spot. And under this rule, if Jones doesn't report by Tuesday, the Chiefs can choose not to pay him while using that exemption on him. Once he's activated, obviously, they will have to pay him. Will the Chiefs do that? I don't know. But it means if Kansas City holds Jones out for 2 games to prepare him for 4 games, it'd be entitled to keep those 2 game checks, which would add up to $2.22 million. And he's already lost out on $1.8 million. So you'd be around $4 million lost at that point in time. Now, if he gets a new deal, I guess it doesn't matter, right? But if he doesn't, he lost $4 million. Let me check Twitter again, see if we got anything else. There is this, just how some things work with the cut downs and stuff. So, some notes on the day ahead. NFL rosters, the active rosters must be down to 53 players by 4 p.m. Eastern. Players let go with fewer than 4 seasons of service will hit waivers. Waiver claims will be processed by noon Eastern on Wednesday. Players let go with more than 4 seasons of service become free agents immediately and can sign elsewhere at 4:01. which is why you're seeing maybe some of these vets released. Maybe there's like a back end agreement of signing to the practice squad or re-signing to the roster once they move a couple players to maybe short-term IR, i.e. L'Jarius Sneed. I hope not. Hopefully his knee's good. Or Kadarius Toney. Or we don't know if Turk Wharton could go there for a few weeks as well. But that's why you're seeing some veterans let go. Potentially. I can't read minds, but potentially why. Players moved to reserve / pup or NFI today will miss a minimum of 4 games. Any player moved to IR today at 4 p.m. is not eligible to return and out for season. So that's why some of these guys will have to make the 53 and then go to IR, because then it becomes 4 weeks instead of season long. They have to make the initial 53 first. Okay. Then 16-man practice squads can take shape tomorrow at 1 p.m. All free agents are eligible to join one. There's all that. Yay. Good times. Let's take a look at notifications, see what else we got. Nothing new yet. Shane Buechele cut. I haven't seen that yet. But anything I do see, I will let you guys know. I'd be a little surprised if Buechele got cut. But can't rule it out. They cut Shane, he gone, and they signed Carson Wentz to the practice squad. Imagine. Has Jonathan Taylor been traded yet? Not yet. Oh, Aaron Wilson? Oh, okay. Let me go look. Yeah, I might follow him again for today. He normally... Oh, wow. They did. You're right. Look at that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, look at this. Interesting. Let me share my screen. Chiefs released quarterback Shane Buechele and Chris Oladokun. Per league sources, very interesting roster decision and raises questions of what their plan behind Patrick Mahomes is. It actually doesn't. It means Blaine Gabbert is QB2. But if they have had these talks right here with Carson Wentz, he could be the practice squad QB, which would be wild to think about. So with that taking place, again, this is why it's hard to predict exactly the 53, because I'm like, do the Chiefs roll with 2 QBs instead of 3? It does make me more confident they're staying with 4 running backs. But also, okay, let me just move Shane off here. Let me move Shane over here. A couple things could happen. They could still roll with 3 running backs or 4, but they could also, like Matt Bushman could make it, guys. Yeah, Matt Bushman can make it, or maybe they go with 10 O-linemen. Very interesting. And it's interesting to me because, like, yeah, Troy just texted me. What was I going to say? My editor, Troy, texted me, and I have, like, a squirrel brain. Yeah, Buechele. I mean, Buechele is a guy that people were calling to start ahead of Gabbert. Now, I don't know why people were saying that personally, but I thought Gabbert looked better. Blaine Gabbert looked better. I'm also taking into consideration that Blaine Gabbert's been in the system for 6 months and Buechele has been in the system for 3 years. And I still think Gabbert outperformed Buechele game 3 of preseason. So interesting to see what the Chiefs' plans are. Now, here's a question. Does Shane Buechele clear waivers? Does he clear waivers and end up on the practice squad? Or does he get picked up? Very interesting. So let's go back to this. What do you guys think right now? Let me share my screen again. With that being said, what do you guys think right now? With 2 QBs, where are they gonna add on the offense? You can add an O lineman and go 10, so maybe that's Lucas Niang. You could add a 4th tight end, Matt Bushman, which that was my struggle with only rolling with 3 tight ends, guys, because remember, no fullback. Andy Reid said the tight ends are going to play the H-back role, tight end at times. So I was like, well, maybe they roll with 4 tight ends instead of 3. You could also cut Blake Bell for 24 hours, keep Bushman on there, and then after you move a couple people to IR, if they end up getting moved, could be Snead, Turk Wharton, Kadarius Toney as a few examples. Hopefully it's not Snead. But then you can have 4 tight ends. Like, what are you guys thinking right now? Hey, whoever told me about Aaron Wilson, good stuff. Thank you for that. Wang Mang said Shane ain't clearing waivers. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that he does clear waivers, which would indicate that the rumblings of the Chiefs talking with Carson Wentz could be true. Chief KT said, could have had 8 receivers. Nah, they're going with 7. 8 is way too much, dude. 7 is like the first time Andy Reid's ever even done it as a head coach in Kansas City. We don't need Wentz. We don't need Wentz. We don't need Wentz. Well, he'd be the practice squad guy. If Chris O clears waivers, maybe he's the guy. But I don't know. I don't know if Buechele will clear waivers. So that's why I'm like ever so curious about what could happen. Let me turn on notifications for Aaron Wilson today. See what else we got. Pete Sweeney said this, guys. Juan Thornhill owns Shane Buechele, an apology. Ooh, Ravens are releasing Melvin Gordon. Do we want Melvin Gordon, the Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl 57 champion Melvin Gordon, back on the practice squad? That's a pretty surprising one, Shane Buechele. According to half our fan base, Buechele was QB2 because he had one decent quarter versus the Cardinals backups in a preseason game. Yeah, I personally had Gabbert all the way. I understand the battle it felt a little close, but I liked Gabbert. 4 more wide receiver cuts. Well, we kind of know all the cuts in the wide receiver room because it's already been reported who made it. So these are the 7 that made it. That's been reported by Pete Sweeney per source. Pete Sweeney of Arrowhead Pride. Here's the 7. Put them in whatever order you like, so don't be offended by the order, please. But Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Justin Watson, Richie James. They're going with 7 for the initial 53, and those are the 7. So all the other guys are cut. We could confidently say Jerry and Ely, Ty Freifogel, Nico, hopefully he's maybe an IR candidate because of his dislocated shoulder. Jawan Green, Amir Smith-Marsette's already been traded. Cornell Powell, Ty Scott. Everybody else is gone. Some will probably find their way back to the practice squad, but everybody else in the wide receiver room is gone. So, that's so interesting to me, guys, about the Buechele. The reason why I had him on there with 3 QBs is I was like, well, surely the Chiefs would take advantage of the emergency third QB rule, right? They rolled with 3 QBs last year, and Shane Buechele was a healthy scratch all year. He was inactive. So I'm like, well, now at least he could be inactive and not take one of the active spots on the 53 because you can have 48. If you employ the emergency third QB rule, you can have 49 because they don't count as one of the 48. So I was kind of like, oh, well, they went with Buechele all last year as a healthy scratch, inactive. Now that the third emergency QB rule is a thing, that's kind of why I had him on there. But that's the most surprising thing so far. No Shane Buechele. Pretty surprised by that one. Wentz would be QB3 if that's true. Not a big deal. What happened with Prince? Okay, so this is just my 53-man roster projection based on how things have trended so far. Some of these are confirmed. Like Buechele's gone, so you got 2 quarterbacks. The wide receivers are locked in. We have no reports on the tight ends yet. You know, all these are my best guesses. So Deneric Prince, I think LaMichael Pirine outplayed him, but the question is, do the Chiefs roll with 3 running backs or 4? And is this the 3? I think this would be the 3, Pacheco, McKinnon, and CEH. If they roll with 4, it would be Pirine, potentially Deneric Prince, if Dave Tobe said, that's my starting kick returner. Can we please do what we can to get him on the roster? That's the only way I see Deneric Prince getting on there. But I don't know about you guys, but all the kick returns Deneric Prince had in preseason, I didn't see anything that was like, I didn't see anything that wowed me. No disrespect. So I think he could potentially be the practice squad guy. Let him slow cook a little bit. Yep, Ross is locked in. All 7 receivers are locked in. There's been no mention of a running back getting cut yet. Let me go to this, because that tiered list that we were looking at a second ago, I am removing everybody that's been waived and cut, but that's kind of like my 53-man roster projection and how it's shaping up right now. But here's all the moves that were actually made, if you guys are curious. They've waived linebacker Cole Christensen, safety Anthony Cook, cornerback Echo Boydo, cornerback Reese Taylor, defensive end Joshua Kando, and defensive tackle Phil Hoskins. They released a couple vets, Danny Shelton and Deion Bush. They traded wide receiver Amir Smith-Marset to the Panthers in exchange for a swap of conditional 2025 7th-round picks. They have then, nothing else is new other than, well, I mean, they put Fortson and Najee Johnson on IR. We all knew that. But then they, at the very bottom here, they traded the Raiders for defensive tackle Neil Farrell to kind of shore up just a little bit of defensive tackle depth. I don't see him as being, he could be a starter, but I don't know that he's going to go crazy. He played a very limited sample size last year for the Raiders. What did they give for him again? They traded him to the Raiders traded him to the Chiefs in exchange for a 6th-round pick. So that's everything that's happened so far. Hope Shelton can make the practice squad. Yeah, Shelton and Deion Bush hopefully find themselves both there for the time being. Yeah, Echo Boydo's gone. I have, that's why when we're looking at this, guys, this is like my, who I think could make it. Again, it's not 100%. It's just my best guess, and we will change it in real time. But I wonder if Khalif Halassi is cornerback 6. I have no idea, though. But the offense is starting to shape up. 2 quarterbacks. The wide receivers have been locked as these 7. I mean, there's been no announcement on Blaine Gabbert, but I'm pretty sure he's safe. I think Patrick Mahomes should be safe. He's safe. I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, they could roll with 4 tight ends. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they roll with 4 and Matt Bushman's on there. If it's 4, it's Bushman. Or they roll with 3, they release Blake Bell, kind of like they did other veterans in Danny Shelton, Deion Bush. Then they roll with Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, and Matt Bushman. But Blake Bell finds himself back on the roster after, I don't know, Kadarius Toney's on IR for 4 weeks. It's a 4-week minimum. But you basically, the rules are, you have any player that's put on IR before they make the 53-man roster is on IR for the season. So if they've got like Turk Wharton, his knee is aggravating him and he's not quite ready, or Kadarius Toney, they want to be ultra conservative with him. They can't move these guys to what I unofficially call short-term IR until after they make the 53-man roster. So that's why you might see some of these vets gone. A couple guys moved to a short-term IR, and then the vets get re-signed. I don't know who. I don't know if it's all of them. Like, I don't know if it's going to happen to Shelton, Deion Bush, and Blake Bell. I don't even know if Blake Bell's going to be cut even for 24 hours. Just best guess. Yeah, Greg said, tip my hat to these players. A brutal day for them. Yeah, man. Amir Smith-Marset, it's his birthday today. got traded to the Panthers. But hey, you know what? I'm happy for ISM. I hope that he gets some playing time, potentially, with the Panthers, man. I think he worked really hard. I'm going back to Twitter real quick, just seeing if there's anything else. There's a couple updates I'll show you, but it's not Chiefs related. Raiders are releasing cornerback Sam Webb, but here's one. Broncos traded tight end Albert Okwuegbunam and a 2025 7th round pick to the Eagles for a 2025 6th round pick. I'm going to try it for real. Tight end Albert Okwuegbunam. I'm done. But yeah, they traded that guy. Melvin Gordon gone. Juan Thornhill owes Shane Buechele an apology. That's hilarious. Golf clap for trying. Yeah, don't give me any credit. I failed. They cut Sebastian Gutierrez. Is that new? Where did I miss that? I haven't seen it yet. Unless am I tripping? So, Shane Buechele gone. Well, waived. Any of these guys waived guys can clear waivers and make it back to the practice squad if the Chiefs want them. But the Chiefs are pretty low on, like, because they do so well, they're one of the last teams to be able to claim these players. Shane Buechele, Chris Oladokun, linebacker Cole Christensen, Anthony Cook, cornerback Echo Boydo, and Reese Taylor, defensive end Joshua Kando, and defensive tackle Phil Hoskins, all waived. Defensive tackle Danny Shelton and Deion Bush, safety Deion Bush, were released. They were both veterans. Amir Smith-Marset traded. And then the Chiefs acquired defensive tackle Neil Farrell from the Raiders. That's all that's happened today so far. But we have about 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, to see the rest of these moves. There's probably going to be a flurry announced any second here, any minute. Let's see if there's any more. Nothing yet. And here's kind of my unofficial 53-man roster and how I think it could shape up. Obviously, you have Patrick Mahomes and Gabbert still. I do have them rolling with 4 running backs, but dude, if they want to roll with 4 tight ends instead and go with 3, okay. But 7 wide receivers are locked. I have them right now with 4 offensive linemen, but could very well be 10, and they add Lucas Niang back. I took him off just because I was unsure if they were rolling with 9 or 10, but it would make sense if they went with 10 and Lucas Niang stayed. Defensive lineman is kind of what it looks like right now. I did put Neil Farrell on there, the guy they just traded from the Raiders. They just got from the Raiders because I'm like, well, I would assume he's on the 53 if they just traded for him. I mean, some of these are my best guesses. We could see somebody else. BJ Thompson is confirmed safe. I mean, Karlaftis is safe. FAU is safe. Mike Dana is more than likely safe, as well as Noddy. Keandre Coburn, probably. I don't know about Malik Herring. I mean, I have 10, but this was like if Chris Jones doesn't report and goes to the NFI, or the did not report list, rather. Not non-football injury, but the did not report list. He won't count as a roster spot. And so that's why I have Malik Herring on there right now. Obviously, if Chris Jones reports, and it's not a direct comparison here, I know he's an end. But I'm just saying I don't know what exactly that's going to look like at this point in time. Some of this is my best guess until we see a little bit more. Let me go back to Twitter, though. I don't see anything else yet. Chief LA with the 10. So are we getting a chance at a jersey? Thank you for all you do, Cole. Let's freaking go. Are you talking about the Justin Ross jersey? Yeah, that's a Twitter giveaway. If you follow me and Kylie and you retweet that, you get a chance at a Justin Ross jersey. But Every month I do jersey giveaways on the members only live streams. We have one this Thursday night. We're going to give away a jersey from NFL Shop. And if you won, it could be Justin Ross or any other Chiefs player you want. We're also going to give away something signed by a current or former Chiefs player and a bag of coffee. We'll give 3 things away Thursday night's live stream. Let me check Twitter again. It's all good. Thanks for the 10 bomb, brother. Prince added by Arrowhead Live. Let's see. Okay, here's something. Who's this? NFL Insider reporter for Pro Football. Okay. So he's legit enough. I mean, 200,000 followers. All right, here we go. Chiefs are expected to waive running back Deneric Prince, a source said, who really was a camp surprise as a UDFA. Crowded backfield with Pacheco, CEH, and McKinnon. Waiver claims runs tomorrow at noon. Practice squad shortly after. I mean, that's how I seen it. I know that's not proper English. Don't roast me too bad. That's how I saw things playing out, which is why my final 53-man roster projection, I took Prince off and put P. Ryan on. I had P. Ryan as RB4. The question is, do the Chiefs roll with 4 running backs? That's what I want to know. If they roll with 4, yeah, P. Ryan took a grown man's job. He really did. Yeah, P. Ryan looked really good, man. That touchdown by P. Ryan last game, I understand it was against the, second or third, or a mix of 3s and 4s defense, but dude, he looked really good. Exit, appreciate the kind words, man. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think P. Ryan kind of proved himself. He's a veteran. He's been in the league for a few years. Where did P. Ryan even come from? Well, he's cousins to the other P. Ryan, the former Bengals running back. Did you guys know that? I'm pretty sure he's cousins. Antonio with the gifted. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for that gifted membership, brother. He came from like a couple different practice squads. He was initially drafted by the I think he was initially drafted by the Jets. I can tell you pretty quickly. Yeah, he was drafted by the Jets 2020, 4th round pick. But he was released in 2022 during final roster cuts. He spent some of 2020 on IR with a high ankle sprain. But then he bounced around. He was on the Eagles practice squad in 2022, the Dolphins practice squad in 2022, signed with the Chiefs January. So during their postseason run, he signed on like a reserve future deal, a 1-year deal to the Chiefs practice squad. And that's where he's been since January, slow cooking, learning the playbook. Let me check Twitter because everything's going to be happening. Notifications are about to be flying. CEH traded? Not yet. I don't see nothing. Could CEH get traded? Yeah, I guess. If CEH gets traded, I think it would be like closer to the deadline. If the Chiefs running back room was relatively healthy, then another team, their running back room started to get a little bit depleted, but they were high enough on CEH that they're like, well, we probably would have signed him in the offseason, potentially to a longer term deal anyway, so let's go get him now. I feel like the odds of that are pretty low, but you never know. CEH is gone? Oh. Well, people are saying he's for sure gone. I mean, I always said that it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, I was never like CEH is a lock in the sense of MVS or somebody like that. But if he gets traded, that makes sense. If they straight up cut him, that's a bit more surprising. But who's reporting CEH is gone? Because I don't see nothing. What am I missing? Am I missing something? I mean, I don't see anything yet, so I don't have any proof, guys. Bleacher Report. Jeff with the membership. Appreciate you, man. I mean, before I believe that, I need like one of the insiders to report on it. I mean, I'll go check Bleacher Report. I still don't see anything. So, I'm going to wait. If CH gets traded, one of the insiders are going to report on it. Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, Field Yates, any of those guys. Now, I don't see any of that yet. Now, could it happen? Sure, but I don't see it yet. Here's all the moves that have happened so far. Yep, Shane got cut. Less than 9 minutes left. 2,100 people in here. Hope you guys are doing awesome, man. Thanks for being in here and hanging out. It's been a lot of fun to just kind of go live and track it. Yep, Buechel was a surprise a little bit. Yeah, he got cut. Buechel, Sebastian Gutierrez, nice, he got added. That's new. Somebody said that in chat. Wow, over 2,000 in here and you can all see me. What's up, James? It's the most attention anybody from the Broncos has gotten in a long time. That's crazy, huh?
You gotta fight for your right.
Yeah, there's not wide receivers listed on here, guys. There's not wide receivers listed on here, but it has been confirmed that they're rolling with 7, with it being these 7. Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Justin Watson, Richie James. Could be in whatever order. This isn't a scientific order here. Just whatever order you think. Dr. D with the 5. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the kind the $5 dono, man. Yep, Prince got cut. That page might not be updated yet. They're updating it in real time, but they're delayed a few minutes. But yeah, it just got announced that the Deneric Prince, well, the announcement was he's expected to be cut, I think. Chiefs are expected to waive running back Deneric Prince, a source said. That's pretty much confirmed, but I don't know if it's official yet. No, not Tega Winogo, Deneric Prince. Deneric Prince. Travis Kelce was a jerk in high school. Did you go to high school with him? If not, please be quiet. We need to fleece the Vikings for Justin Jefferson. Bro, Justin Jefferson is about to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. I don't think the Chiefs are going to get him. Cut Blake Bell. That's definitely a possibility. If they want to go with Bushman instead. I struggle with that. But this is how I have it for now. Cole with the 2 months wins the deadline for the full 53. 5 minutes. 3 o'clock. Thanks for the membership renewal, brother. Wise is gone. That doesn't surprise me. Let's go back to Twitter and see if there's anything else. I'll also tell you guys this. Don't believe anything in chat right now. I'm seeing a bunch of stupid stuff. Unless you hear it from me, wait. So yeah, Daniel Wise, that was not one of the stupid things I saw, by the way. There's other stuff in there that people are going nuts about. So yeah, defensive tackle, Daniel Wise, he gone. I mean, I didn't have him making the 53. Sebastian Gutierrez, gone. Shane Buechel and Chris Oladokin, a little bit more of a surprise. Let's go like this. Refresh that. I mean, stuff's going to start flurrying in any minute here. So I'm just going to keep refreshing Twitter. I'll keep trying to take a look at chat as well. Jeff Crosby with the 10 bomb. Thanks for the 10, bro. I feel like you just threw out a 5 as well. Thank you, man. Yep, 3 minutes. Yeah, Shane is out, man. Only 2 QBs right now. That could change. But they've released both of these guys. Waived, rather. Released. Veterans get released. People with under 4 accrued seasons in the NFL get waived. So sometimes I mispronounce the terms, but they got waived. How far do you think the Chiefs will make it in the playoffs? They'll host the AFC Championship. Until they prove me wrong. That's just what I'm going to say, because they've done it 5 years in a row. Let me check a couple things. I'm just still checking. Chiefs plan on keeping linebacker Chris Jones, or Cam Jones. Chris Jones. I wanted it to be Chris Jones so bad. Oh, oh man. All right, look at this. That's interesting. Okay. So, Cam Jones over Jack Cochran? Maybe. Because Cam Jones isn't taking the spot of... He's not taking Willie Gay's spot. He's not taking Nick Bolton. I really doubt he takes Drew Tranquil. Probably not Leo. Or is Leo's hit pointer more serious and Leo Chanel goes on IR for 4 weeks to rest and they actually roll with Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, Cam Jones, and Jack Cochran? That's actually a possibility too. We'll see. We're going to find out soon. But I am going to put Cam Jones in there. Let me see if I can find him. Hopefully, yeah, we got him right here. So, I doubt that... You think they're rolling with 6? I don't think they're rolling with 6 linebackers. I would think, but... Curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. Esperanza with the membership. Appreciate you. Welcome. $2.5 in here. Yeah, man. Here's a list of everything that's kind of happened so far. There needs to be a couple added to this. Cam Jones is one. The most surprising so far to me has been Shane Buechele. Deneric Prince was waived, or expected to be waived, but I had LaMichael Pirine as RB4 anyway. Let's keep glancing, because here we go. Oh, shoot. Indianapolis did not find what it felt was a fair value offer for Jonathan Taylor and is not trading the running back. With no trade materializing today, Taylor's now expected to remain on the physically unable to... What a mess, dude. What a mess, man. Okay. I'm going to keep my eyes out on Twitter. And we will get everything... I basically, once we know all the cuts, I'll rearrange this list, and you can kind of see how the 53 shapes up and what it looks like. Not surprising. Sucks for him. Big oof. Hopefully Chris doesn't go down like that. So bad for Jonathan Taylor. The running back, it's just crazy right now. Jeff, if that was another 10, I appreciate it. I don't know if that's the initial one I'm seeing or that was like brand new. Either way, I appreciate the generosity either way. Good afternoon, brother. What's up, Dennis? Shout out from New Orleans. Let's go, man. All right, we'll go back. Again, if you're just popping in here, like what all moves have the Chiefs made today? Here it is. Minus a couple things that need to be updated. This is Arrowhead Pride's roster cut tracker, and they're a couple minutes behind. But here's like the main things that have happened so far. And I'm just kind of refreshing Twitter on a repeat and just trying to see. Just trying to see what happens. Oh, dude. I'm just seeing this. Yo. Brit Lyons with the 100 bomb on Cash App. Holy smokes, dude. Thank you, man. Brit. Hope you're doing fantastic, bro. Cut downs are almost here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing, somebody was asking on Twitter, oh, if Leo Chanel could have hurt his hip like Blake Bell. I hope not. I mean, Blake Bell did say it as a presser recently that his injury was a freak thing. His hip pointer injury that he needed surgery on. Remember, Blake Bell got injured preseason last year and was out for most of the season on IR. Carter freaking Cook. What's up, man? With the 2 months saying 7 wide receivers for the Chiefs will be great. Yep, 7 wide receivers are confirmed, brother. Appreciate the membership renewal. Let's go, man. Khalif cut. Khalif the Thief is gone, huh? Let me go back. Yep. Yeah. Right here. The Chiefs cut cornerback Khalif Halassi. A source told the Star worth monitoring a potential turn to the practice squad. So with that being said, he was a guy that I was like, if they roll with 6 cornerbacks, could he be number 6? So I had him on there, and this was like my final 53-man roster projection I made the other day. So he didn't make it. They've also waived, who else? They've also waived Echo Boydo and Reese Taylor. So if they roll with 6 corners, could it be DiCaprio Boodle after all? Or are they only going to roll with 5? Well, they cut Deion Bush. So I'm like, you could go with 5 and 5. But maybe we see some guys return. Like maybe Deion Bush returns after these initial cuts. So maybe they go with like only 9 defensive backs. But they make a couple moves after the initial 53. They bring back Deion Bush. You've got your 10, 5 and 5, which is arguably could happen. You've got Chamari Connor, the defensive back in the safety room here that can move all around. He could be an emergency use cornerback. I mean, could definitely do that. So we'll have to see as everything continues shaping up. I'll go back to this page, and I'm going to go back to Twitter here in a second and kind of see what's going on there. Yo, Chuck with the membership. Appreciate you, man. That's awesome. And then, what the heck? Jeff with a 50. Bro, Jeff's going crazy. Everybody hype up Jeff. Holy smokes, man. Appreciate you. And then Gian Luca. Hey, man. Love the videos. Greetings from Switzerland. Bro, with the 5 from Switzerland. Perine's cut, huh? Somebody said that in chat. Let's go look. Yeah, so if LaMichael Perine's cut, they're going to roll with 3 running backs. And I would assume they just hope that one or the other or both clear waivers. So here you go. Maybe the Chiefs indeed are just rolling with 3 running backs. The Chiefs cut LaMichael Perine. They cut LaMichael Perine. So what we need to do is go over here and take him off. Move him all the way down. So as of right now, you've got 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 7 wide receivers. I would assume, guys, now that there's going to be 4 tight ends, because why else are they cutting a running back and a quarterback? I would almost confidently put Matt Bushman up here based on how it's shaping up, but we'll see. I mean, we're about to get info here momentarily. The Chiefs cut center Austin Ryder. Okay, that's not a surprise. Be a good practice squad guy. Backup center. But Nick Allegretti can play center as well. Hopefully his shoulder's okay. It's 307 and we still don't have a lot of them. We're still trying. The Chiefs are currently at like 77, 76. Let's go back to Twitter. Give me some. We got some? No? Okay, some teams are starting to announce a flurry of roster moves. P. Ryan's going to get picked up by somebody. Yeah, maybe P. Ryan doesn't clear waivers. Yep, Buechele's gone. Ryder's cut. Yep. Yeah, Sean said Bushman could play H-back. Yeah, I mean, I did say when I made my initial roster projection, I was a bit hesitant of going 3 tight ends because of the Chiefs not rolling with a fullback. So if you roll with 3 running backs in one of these and you add a 4th tight end and you kind of rotate some of these guys in as an H-back, which is a tight end fullback hybrid, basically. Yeah, that was something I really had a question on. I wasn't sure if they were going to roll with 4 tight ends. I mean, I had 3. Bushman is not confirmed, guys. But once they cut Buechele and P. Ryan and Prince, I went ahead and threw Bushman up here. They could surprise us and not go with Bushman. I also would assume they're going to roll with 10 offensive linemen. Again, this is my best guess, guys. But I'm gonna check Twitter again here in a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and put I'm going to put Lucas Niang back up on the O-line. I'm just trying to form the most realistic 53-man roster projection based on the moves that are happening. But let me go back to Twitter, because I have a feeling here momentarily we're going to get everything. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. The newest update still is running back LaMichael P. Ryan, which I'll refresh this if you guys want to take a look at it. Deneric Prince is on here, but P. Ryan just got waived as well. Or cut. Was he a vested vet? I don't think he had 4 years. He doesn't have 4 years accrued yet. I don't think. Yeah, he has to clear waivers. I'm almost positive. Somebody said, please don't go for Melvin Gordon. Somebody said that. Mahomes sadly got cut. Chiefs cut Butker and announced Justin Reed as a 2-position player. We save nothing by cutting CEH. He knows the system and his valuable depth. Not a bad running back. Yeah, I don't think CEH is gone. I would be really surprised if they cut him. Less surprised if they traded him. But the running back market's so weird. He doesn't have a lot of value right now. I mean, the most value he has is he's young. He's 23, looking for a second deal. If they're high on him and they think he can fit well in their system, then okay. But the running back room, or the running back just position as a whole in the NFL right now is not a good one. Boodle's the gunner. What's up, Sam, with the 2? He very well could be. Did they roll with Boodle as cornerback 6? I mean, he could be the 6-1 right here for special teams. This is where you have the Dave Tobe effect. He's the assistant head coach and the special teams coordinator. And some of these guys, you know, Cam Jones, Jack Cochran, I don't know what they're doing with linebackers yet. They announced they're keeping Cam Jones, but I can't see them getting rid of any of these guys. So did Leo get hurt, or is Jack gone? Let me go back to Twitter. I'm just going back and looking. Oh my gosh, so many announcements, but no Chiefs yet. The Patriots have waived backup QB Bailey Zappi. That's a surprise. I think that's how you say his name. That's a surprise, a little bit. Not that I follow the Patriots super heavy. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Sam, thanks for the 2-bomb, brother. CEH is a career 4.4 average. That is a good average. Oh, yeah, I mean, he just has struggled staying healthy. Boodle was always starting fights in camp. He was a bit chippy, but he was hungry, man. He was hungry for a spot. I wonder what happens with Darian Kennard. Currently, I have him on the roster. I have some people say he could be a trade candidate or even be cut. But right now, I have him as like a backup guard. He's been lining up as a guard at camp and in preseason. I think all preseason. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's listed as a tackle, I think, on the Chiefs roster, but he's been lining up as guard. Played some guard in college as well. I think maybe primarily guard in college. Steam and Demon with the 2. I thought they would keep 3 QBs. Yeah, so they only have 2, and they have waived Pirine and Prince. So they're going with 2 QBs right now, 3 running backs. So I did add Matt Bushman as the 4th tight end for now, and I did put Lucas Niang back as their 10th offensive lineman. These are some of my best guesses until we can see. Who returns kicks now that Prince is gone? Richie James could do it. Who else did they have out there? I think Richie James could be their returner. Kick and punt. Yo! Wadeopolis. What up? Thanks, Cole. Please keep it up. Let's go, Chiefs. Thanks for the 10, man. And then Britt with the 11-month Redbeard renewal. Can't believe it's almost been a year. Super proud to have you repping the kingdom. Britt, thank you so much, man. Let's go back to Twitter and see if there's anything else. Sometimes the Chiefs will just release an article with all their moves. I'm actually going to go to Chiefs.com. Chiefs.com. Give me the news. Nothing yet. I'll also go back to this because I know sometimes you guys don't want to see like my perceived to be 53 and you want to see these moves that have been made. So here's the moves that have been made. They're going to continue to update. Can you refresh? Arrowhead Pride might be struggling. There might be a lot of people on this page. I can't get it to refresh. Their page is shutting down. Nothing new yet, though. Andy, thanks for the 2. Yeah, I think Richie James could return both. But we'll see. Where do you get your beard trimmed? Been growing mine for a year and need to clean up if you do it yourself. Props to you. Yeah, Royal, I actually do my own beard. Believe it or not. It's not like the best, but I fade it in, fade it out, whatever. I don't know any of the terms, but I've been shaping my own beard forever. I appreciate it, man. Okay, let's go back to, I keep saying Twitter. Sorry if you're offended by that. It's been changed to X, but I've been calling it Twitter for so long, it's reflex. Here we go. I think we got another announcement. The Chiefs have cut tight end Kendall Blanton, a Blue Springs South product, a source told the Star. I mean, I didn't have him making it. I had Matt Bushman. On my initial 53, I did not have Matt Bushman, but I did say it was a toss-up between Bushman and Bell. But with the Chiefs rolling, I mean, look at this. With the Chiefs rolling with 2 quarterbacks and 3 running backs, I think you could have 4, which makes sense if you have no fullback. And Andy Reid's going to want a lot of multiple tight end sets, including one out there as an H-back. So I did put Bushman back on there after some of these cuts started happening. Let's see if we find out some more stuff. This is a tweet from Arrowhead Pride in 2015, which is hilarious. Chiefs, I can't drink beer with my pals, not Cornell Powell's, my pals, unless you announce these cuts. Well, that's why Arrowhead Pride, you need to be your own boss. I'm drinking beer with my pals right now during cuts because I'm my own boss. So let's go. All right, what else we got? Anything? Nope. I don't see anything else yet. If you guys see something, let me know. Yo, Heather, thanks for the kind words. Much love. Why'd they cut both running backs? They might be happy enough initially with Pacheco, McKinnon, and CEH. I think CEH will get like a lot of grunt work early as they just, make sure Pacheco, I mean, he's been cleared for contact and played a few reps in preseason, but they could be giving CEH some of the grunt work early on. And then I would assume they're hoping Pirine and or Prince clear waivers. At least one of them should. And then they have Jerry and Ely, who should clear waivers. So they've got a backup plan, and you got to remember, it's the initial 53, guys. So moves can be made. Once they move some guys to IR, they could then move some guys back onto the active roster. Some of this is going to change in 24 hours. So it's just our best guess. Our best guess, after they get to the initial 53, they could still make some moves, like, pretty quickly. Okay, nothing else for the Chiefs yet, guys. I'm looking as much as I can. Just trying to get as real-time updates as possible. Jeff with the 10. Bro, Jeff's going crazy today. I appreciate you, man. We need 58 back. Could you imagine DT on one side and Chris Jones on the other? My favorite Chief of all time, man. I just got a signed magazine by Derek Thomas given to me by one of the legends on the channel, Sean. He sent it to me and is my favorite player, dude. My first jersey that I got. And that would be so awesome, man. Rest in peace to the legend. All right, I'm going back to Twitter. We checking because it's 3:19. So give me some of the stuff here.
10-5 touchdown, Kansas City.
Let me see. I'm also going to go, I want to go back to the first super chat from William with the 2. How do you see Justin Ross? How do you Justin Ross doubters like your crow? I mean, most people, including myself, I mean, about like day 3 of training camp, I was like, bro, Justin Ross is going to make this roster. I mean, that's what it was looking like pretty early. So I don't know a lot of people that had Justin Ross not making the roster shortly after training camp happened. So I did call a guy out who guaranteed me Justin Ross wasn't making the roster. I called him out earlier in the stream. It was kind of fun. Let's see. Anything else? Adam Schefter? Give me some. Patriots. Cowboys made some moves. This is what I want for the Chiefs. Give me like a list. Please? That's what I want. I want a list. Well, we don't have yet, but here's the closest running we have to the 53-man roster. I think, no, it's working now. This is kind of lagging. I feel like this is lagging a little bit. I keep refreshing Twitter so much. X, Twitter. One of those. Yo, Kale. I need to know how to pronounce your name, man. I'm so sorry. $5. Justin Ross keeps healthy. This is arguably the best wide receiver core we've had in years. Sheesh. J. Ross saying his mom and grandma don't have to work anymore. That's what he wants to do. Thanks again for the 5, man. Yeah, I'm excited to see him. Dev, I remember you doubted him early. I mean, I didn't have Justin Ross on my initial 53 back in June. I basically said, as of right now, I see the Chiefs rolling with 6 wide receivers, and here's the 6 that I have, and my 6 were correct. About 3 days into training camp, Kadarius Toney got hurt already on day 1, and then I said, I think the Chiefs are rolling with 7, and Justin Ross gets added, and was right. So I don't know that I don't necessarily doubt players. I just look at what I think is going to happen and try my best. I mean, a 53-man roster projection in June is really early. So even my 53-man roster projection I made 2 days ago is I had the Chiefs rolling with 3 quarterbacks. So Buechele's gone. I had them rolling with 4 running backs, being LaMichael Pirine. He's gone. Prince is gone. So I'm not batting 100%, man. Just trying my best out here. I always root for the underdog stories, man. But just because I'm rooting for an underdog, I was like, I didn't put him on the initial 53 because I decided I need to see how training camp goes. And about 3 days into camp, I was like, yep, he's making it. Yeah, P. Ryan's gone. Yeah, I'll go back. Yeah, P. Ryan's gone. Prince is gone. This list is lagging. Do they have another tracker somewhere? I feel like Arrowhead Pride is... who else is doing one? Maybe A to Z? A to Z Sports, maybe? Let me see if I can find another one and just make sure we're not lagging behind. I don't know. I'm going back to Twitter, though. Nothing yet. Let me go back to the Chiefs website, refreshing their news page. Nothing yet. Thanks for the kind words, Lacey. I appreciate that. Kyle with the membership. Let's go, dude. Addict is up to date. Okay, let me go there. Arrowhead Addict. Shout outs to them and their work, by the way. All right. Yeah, this is more up to date. I wonder if Arrowhead Pride like crashed. I don't really know. But they've released Shane Buechele and Chris O. They've released Michael P. Ryan and Deneric Prince. They've released all these wide receivers already because they've already confirmed the Chiefs are rolling with 7 wide receivers, with those being Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Richie James, and Justin Watson. So with those already being confirmed, that means these 5 are gone. Kakoa Crawford, he's been gone. Ty Freifogel, Juwan Green, Cornell Powell, Ty Scott. Kendall Blanton's gone. Sebastian Gutierrez and Austin Ryder are gone from the O-line. Phil Hoskins, Josh Kando, Danny Shelton, and Daniel Wise from the D-line. Cole Christensen is the only linebacker so far announced it's gone. For defensive backs, Echo Boydo, Deion Bush, Anthony Cook, Khalif Halassi, Reese Taylor, and Anthony Witherstone. The Chiefs also traded for defensive tackle Neil Farrell from the Raiders. Then they traded Amir Smith-Marset to the Carolina Panthers. And then they've placed Jody Fortson and Nazeeh Johnson on IR. That's the most up-to-date and how I'm building a 53-man roster kind of live. Let me go back, though. We got any more? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Come on, man. Calm before the storm, I guess. What's going on?
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
Stranger Jake with the 8 months. How do you have 2K with 52 thumbs up? There's 437 thumbs up, actually. You might be lagging or not see it, but thanks for the kind words, Jake. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. William with the 5 said Tony, Ross, Richie, Rice, and Moore. Sounds like a super legal team. Scary. Tony, Ross, Richie, Rice, and Moore. It really does. You need to score a touch. Okay, I don't know. I don't know their slogan. Only 2 QBs. Yep. Because look, they waived both Shane Buechele and Chris O. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Yeah, they released or waived both of these guys. Then they waived LaMichael P. Ryan and Deneric Prince. Wonder if Fournette or Hunt are in play, said Taylor Witt. Talking about the Chiefs only having 3 running backs. Fournette or Kareem Hunt. Dude, imagine. I don't think Kareem Hunt's coming back, but that would be fire. Hopefully I got all these donos, man. I'm sorry. Kyle, thanks for the membership. I'm trying to bounce back and forth between Twitter and all this in real time. Yep, William. Okay. Got that. Stranger Jake. Okay, got that. Nice. Yeah, Blanton's gone. He's gone. Kendall Blanton's gone. Yep. I'll just keep slowly cycling through these so you can see who all is gone. Lacey, thank you. This just in. More Rice Tony. Facts. This just in. Chris Jones still not doing anything. Chiefs will stash Buechele on the practice squad. Yeah, if he makes it, then he's a great practice squad QB to have. We'll see if he clears waivers. He probably should. We'll see, though. What's up, Sean? All right, we're going back to Twitter. Give me something else. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything. We're just eerily waiting, guys. We're in a bit of a holding pattern. Here's kind of how I have it looking right now. But again, they haven't announced all the cuts. So it's some of my best guesses. 2 QBs, obviously, because they cut Chris O and Shane. Waived them, rather, sorry. They waived them. They waived Pirine and Prince, so I have 3 running backs right now. They confirmed 7 wide receivers. Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Richie James, Justin Watson. If you hate me for that order, I'm sorry. It is what it is. They'll fix the depth chart later as the guys start to perform as the weeks go on here. I did move tight ends from 3 to 4. When they cut the quarterback, so when they cut Buechele and they cut Pirine, who I had as RB4, I went ahead and added Bushman for 4 tight ends. They have no fullback. These guys, some of them will be playing H-back roles. I have 10 O-line. I think I do have 10 D-line as well, but I don't know if Chris is going to get moved to the did not report list. So I'm kind of waiting there. I added Malik Herring, but I just don't know. There's Neil Farrell, the new defensive tackle they traded for. They announced that Cam Jones is going to make the roster. So my question is Jack Cochran out of here? Or is Leo Chanel's hit pointer serious enough that they, after cutdowns, need to put him on IR for 4 weeks? If they did that, you've got 5 linebackers there. But I just don't know yet. 5 corners right now, 4 safeties. There could be, Boodle could be corner 6. We're just waiting. We're waiting to see. And obviously, guys, they can claim some guys off waivers. They could still make some other moves on players that they are interested in. So we're just kind of in a holding pattern. I'll go back to this, though. Or this one. We can kind of just, you can see. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit more. People are mad about Pirine. Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised, but I think they're banking on at least Pirine or Prince clearing waivers. All good, Captain Insano. You're all good. What will happen to Nico Remigio? Sean, possibly IR for the year, but I don't know the update on his dislocated shoulder and how he's going recovery-wise. Since they've already locked in all 7 wide receivers, it's 2 things that's going to happen with Nico Remigio. They're either going to, more than likely, put him on IR for the year, or if the shoulder injury is not that bad, they could just waive him. But if he's injured, I don't know. I think it's IR. He could reach, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, guys in chat, but I think he could reach an injury settlement and then be released. I think he would have to clear waivers. If he did, he would be a free agent, and then later, after coming back from injury, could re-sign to the practice squad. But I'm over here just refreshing X, Twitter X. Nothing yet. Chiefs media team should be hired for our DOJ. Keeping secrets like this should be illegal. We have 17 cuts left. I wish they would update this. I think they're frozen or something. Hey, man. I'm over here when are they going to announce it? Because that's what I want to know. Should have cut Clyde. Pirine earned his spot and did way better than Clyde. I mean, it's kind of like the Amir Smith-Marset thing and Justin Watson. If you look at it without bias, which is hard as Chiefs fans because we're emotionally invested. If you read the signs, Amir Smith-Marset was running with the 3s and 4s. Justin Watson was exclusively running with the 1s. CEH has been exclusively running with the 1s. Now, I thought Pirine would get, I thought LaMichael Pirine would get in there as RB4 if they went with 4 running backs, and they're opting, as of right now, not to. And he was running with the 2s, 3s, 4s. I mean, he was getting reps over Prince after preseason game 1. So I was like, Pirine's going to make it, I think. But CH was not going anywhere. I would be pretty surprised if they just straight up release him. Now, could they trade him? Sure. But I really doubt they just straight up cut the guy. X gon' give it to you. What up? We quoting DMX out here? Yep, they released, I mean, some of this is up to date. They released Danny Shelton and Deion Bush, but they've waived a bunch more. I just can't get this site to refresh. It's crashing. What's up, Justin? The Panthers have there are some teams that already have announced their 53. So Shelton was a bit surprising. Yeah, he's a vet though, so he could sign back to the practice squad and then get moved up later. Why even evaluate players in preseason games when they get rid of standouts like Halassi, Pirine, and Smith-Marset? I don't know. I mean, I trust the Chiefs coaches and Brett Veach and his guys. I mean, they got tape on all of them and they're reviewing everything. You got to think, some of them that ball out. Amir Smith-Marset balled out against third and fourth team defenses. So take that for what, you know, he looked good, but he looked good against third and fourth stringers. So he never got his opportunity to roll with the ones. The Chiefs were higher on the other receivers in the room, and that's kind of where we are. Yeah, we'll never fully understand it. I mean, that's for sure. Okay, we got more Twitter notifications. Not really. Never mind. I'll switch back here for a minute. This is kind of how I see things shaping for now. We're not 100% right now, but we're trying to get there as more cuts are announced. Letting Shane Buechele go, does that indicate we are chasing Wentz? Potentially, Sam. I don't know. If so, he'd be the practice squad guy. He's a free agent right now. So if they get Wentz on the practice squad, he's a free agent. So nobody wants him currently. I need to see if Chris O and or Shane Buechele clear waivers. We'll find out tomorrow. Jordan Peterson with the 5. This is LaMichael Pirine's 4th year in the league. So does he have to clear waivers? I think he does, because I don't think he has.
And when it's grim, be the
he doesn't have
Reaper.
4 accrued seasons. Like, he was on the practice squad. He didn't have like actual full seasons under his belt. He bounced around some practice squads, I believe. So I don't think he quite has 4. If somebody knows and wants to correct me in chat, let me know. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't have 4 yet. You're back from the Browns Chiefs stream. What's up, Chip, man? Good to see you, brother. Cut Bushman. I put Bushman on there. I didn't have him initially. I had 3 tight ends like this. But when they waived, sorry, I'm going to keep messing that up. When they waived Buechele and Chris O and Pirine and Prince, I was like, well, maybe they're rolling with 4 tight ends. So I put Bushman there. And then I added a 10th O lineman in Lucas Niang, which I already hesitated removing him anyway. Okay, we've got a bunch of noties now. Give me something. Nothing here. Just a bunch of tweets that have been retweeted. The Chiefs cut cornerback Khalif Halassi. They plan to keep Cam Jones. They cut Daniel Wise. They plan on keeping 5th round edge rusher BJ Thompson. They're waiving cornerback Echo Boydo. I mean, I could show you what I'm looking at. Justin Ross is making it. They already locked in all 7. We have a bunch of noties. Nothing yet. Is this updated? No. It's frozen. It's gone. Here, I'll move to this so you can see what some of the other players that they've moved around. Balloon said, I give up. Apparition, hey Cole, can you please explain the difference between cut, waived, and released? Well, I'm mixing up terms sometimes, but I'll show you. let me show you. I pulled something up about the practice squad a little bit ago, and it explains basically if you're a veteran with 4 accrued seasons or more, you can be released. That's why these vets are released. If you're waived, you're a player with under 4 accrued seasons. So I am sometimes using the word cut, and that is not the right phrase. I need to say waived or released. Waived, under 4 years of accrued years playing in the NFL. Released, more than, or 4 or more, I believe is what it is. So I'm saying cut and shouldn't. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. You're getting impatient. I know some people in here like, hey, I'm trying to fill the time, man. I'm wondering too. Kadarius wide receiver 1. I mean, I have him 1 on the depth chart, but like if he's not healthy, he's not going to be 1 in production. So, like my reaction right now is MVS potentially leads that room in overall total yards, but it could be, you know, Sky Moore could take a great step up. Richie James could show out a little bit. I mean, Kelsey is number 1 from a production standpoint. We know that, but outside of Kelsey, who's technically a tight end. Yeah, I mean, I know some people are high on Justin Ross. I have no idea what to expect. I mean, 300 to 500 yards. Some people are saying he's going for 1,000. Like, I have no freaking idea, dude. I literally have no idea. Rashee Rice coming in with his rookie year, struggling with some drops a little bit in preseason. We'll see. We will see. A lot of question marks. The Bills are placing QB Matt Barkley on IR, so it'll be Kyle Allen backing up his good friend Josh Allen. You got the Allen brothers. That's what I was just looking at here. But I'm going to go back to the Chiefs website and see if they drop anything. Okay, so not there. Let me go to the Chiefs' actual Twitter, double check there. Nothing. They haven't updated in 23 hours, actually. This is out of the blue, but man, I miss Dirty Dan. Hey, man, he was a great player. He did struggle his last year here, but check Bleacher Report. Like they're just the website for Chiefs news. I mean, I don't see anything yet. I'm ordering more HBTC coffee because it's always fire. Hey, let's go, Doug. Glad you enjoyed the coffee, man. Let's go. Apparition, that's why I love your channel. You're working like a dog to give us updates. I'm trying, man. It's a lot. I mean, after this live stream, in theory, I'm getting off and making a video, and then I'm going live again at 8. And we'll talk about, because I go live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. anyway, so we'll talk about cuts, I keep saying cuts. Players released, waived, what the 53-man roster looks like, and how that could change over the next 48 hours. We'll talk about maybe players that hopefully clear waivers and end up on the practice squad. 53-man is out. Where? Where and who? Where do I go? I mean, I'm checking the Chiefs website. I'm checking Twitter. Where do I go for it? CH is only 23 years old. He's not going anywhere. Matt Bushman is a Dirty Dan 2.0, a white guy rocking 49 from BYU. I mean, here's kind of how I have things shaping up at the moment, based on who's been cut. Cut it out, Cole. Cut what out? Somebody said the 53-man roster is out, but I don't see it. Eugene, thanks for the membership. Let's go. I'm still looking, y'all. I'm looking everywhere. Feels like Christmas Eve waiting for the morning. I know, we're trying. Cole, how do you feel about the ISM trade? I think it wasn't good value because we didn't get a return. We swapped conditional 7th, so I think they moved up. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, ISM was balling out against 3rd and 4th team defenses. The Chiefs just had too much going on in the wide receiver room to keep him. You're following Arrowhead Addict? Yeah, I mean, I've been looking. It's right here. But I still don't see... I'm like checking X, Twitter. I'm checking the Chiefs website. Because sometimes the Chiefs will just release an article. But I just don't see it. Yep, next is practice squad appointments, basically. What's up, macaroni and cheese? I say cut, but I shouldn't. Fight me. Did I say fight me? I didn't say that, did I? Deadline is over, but reports are still coming in. We don't currently have the full picture. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around. We trying. Do you have a girlfriend? Dog, I have a wife. We've been married 10 years. SM was on 3 teams in 3 years. Moving up in the 7th is about all they could get. Yeah, it was either that or he gets waived. Or was he a vet with 4 accrued years? Yeah, Marcus Kemp's available. Gabe, thanks for the kind words, man. Yep, Marcus Kemp got released. I think, did DeRuse Fountain get released as well? I keep looking. I'm looking, y'all. It's okay to just say cut. Cut. Action. Justin, I appreciate the kind words, man. 3 years. Okay, 3 years. Lion's about to take an L. Hope so. Yeah, thanks, Thunder Monkey. It is hard work, man, but it's a lot of fun. Am I allowed to be in here? Yeah, you're fine to be in here, man. Cole, you tripping? No, I'm good. I think. Trying to be. Yeah. This is kind of what things are shaped up like as I currently have it right now. 2 QBs, Mahomes and Gabbert, because Buechele and Chris O got waived. 3 running backs because both P. Ryan and Prince got waived. They have confirmed 7 receivers. That's a lock. All 7. Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Richie James, Justin Watson. I don't have tight ends confirmed, but I did add Bushman on there when they cut, when they waived the QBs and the running backs. I added Bushman, so potentially 4 tight ends, 10 O linemen, and the D line. I don't know like if Chris Jones ends up on the did not report list, so he would be like off the roster for until he gets officially reports back, and then they can take him off that list. And I don't know what to do about the linebackers yet because they said Cam Jones is staying, but no news of Leo, Jack, which I think the order would be more like this, but Drew, Nick Bolton, like all those guys should be staying. I have 5 corners and 4 safeties and then 3 specialists. It might not hit 53 exactly right now. I'm just waiting on some more of these, for more of these updates. Still waiting. Come on now. Ooh, the Jets just announced 4 minutes ago they've reduced their roster to 53 players. That's what I'm kind of waiting for the Chiefs to do. Give me something, Chiefs. They haven't tweeted and posted in 21 hours. Yo, Eugene, thanks for the membership. Let's go. Appreciate that. I've seen reports on X that Chris Jones agents are in KC. Supposedly they were there over the weekend, eating at Joe's. I never shared it because I couldn't like hard confirm it myself. I was I mean, I was a little out of pocket covering the game and stuff, but I did hear that they were in Kansas City, so we will see. Demarcus Robinson made the Rams. Nice. It's on the website? I hope so. I mean, I still don't see it. Let me check the homepage. Like, this is all I see on the Chiefs website, man. News? Nothing. Nothing yet. Dang. I keep looking, thinking I'm going to see it. Bro, for real, we're all reporters today. Yes, sir. We all trying. Chiefs have released Austin Ryder. Yep, they waived Kendall Blanton. Yeah, I mean, we could. This is up to date. We can go through and look at it. Steamin' Demon with the 2? I don't even see it on the chat. Thanks for the 2, man. Oh, here it is. Close of right now, the Chiefs only have 2 QBs. Yep. It looks like this. This is kind of what it looks like right now. Mahomes and Gabbert, 3 running backs, Pacheco, McKinnon, and CEH, 7 wide receivers. The tight ends are not confirmed. Neither is the full O-line. Neither is the full D-line. I mean, really, all that's confirmed at the moment, pretty much, is quarterback, running back, wide receiver. We still don't know. I mean, specialists. You could lock in Tommy Townsend, Butker, and Winchester, but everybody else is kind of like not official at this point in time. Yeah, I've been looking at Arrowhead Pride, man, but their tracker like froze. Oh, here we go. It's updated. 74. It's stuck at 79 for like 30 minutes. So here's a list. You can see it all right here. They've waived Kendall Blanton, LaMichael P., Ryan Khalif Halassi, Daniel Wise, Deneric Prince, Sebastian Gutierrez, Shane Buechele, Chris O., Cole Christensen, Anthony Cook, Echo Boydo, Reese Taylor, Joshua Kendo, and Phil Hoskins. They've released 3 vets now. Austin Ryder, Danny Shelton, and Deion Bush. And then they traded for defensive tackle Neil Farrell from the Raiders and traded away Amir Smith-Marset to the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a swap of conditional 2025 7th-round picks. Jackson, what was the point of bringing in Deneric Prince and LaMichael Pirine in the offseason? Well, they were never going to cut ties, most likely, with CEH. He's on the last year of his rookie deal and is valuable depth piece for the team. However, hopefully, Jack, one or both of them clear waivers. If they clear waivers, I think Prince needs a little bit more time to slow cook on the practice squad. I think he just needs a little bit more time. What's going on with Nico? We don't know yet. I would think he gets put on IR, but I'm just not sure. Rozzy, thanks for the kind words. How old is Chris Jones? He turned 29 recently. Pretty sure. T. Wash with the 2, the first $2 first super sticker ever. $2. Thank you. Chris Jones' age. I think he just turned 29 in July. Yeah, he's 29. Please give me the news we just want to see. Still not sure. Yo, what's up, Axel? Williams said Remigio hasn't been released yet, so there's still hope he makes it. No, he pretty much... It's been confirmed the Chiefs are rolling with 7 receivers, and they're rolling with these 7. It's already been confirmed. He's either placed on IR or he will be waived. Yeah, I could find the tweet, but they've already confirmed. Ooh, Adam Schefter tweeted. Can you give me some? What do you got? Nope. All about Jonathan Taylor. Look, man. Jonathan Taylor's cool. Don't remind me that we could have drafted him. But how about the Chiefs roster? That's what we want to know. I'll pull up that tweet with the wide receivers, just so you know.
You gotta fight for your right.
Where is that tweet? Here we go. This is per the words of Pete Sweeney of Arrowhead Pride. For the first time in the Chiefs Read era, so since 2013, Kansas City Chiefs will keep 7 wide receivers at the initial 53-man roster deadline. I can confirm. Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Richie James, Rashee Rice, and, as Nate Taylor of The Athletic reported, Justin Ross. So that's how I know Nico, in theory, per that report, Nico's not making it. But I have a bunch of notifications. Let me see. Still nothing, y'all. Jeff, you upgraded your membership to Redbeard? Bro, Jeff is going crazy on the stream. Thanks so much, man. Let's go. Andy's fax machine must be unplugged. If we traded Taylor, we would be in that same spot too. Yeah, I mean, thankfully CEH is being chill about it. CEH is here and he's working. What number are we at now? According to Arrowhead Pride, the roster size is 74. However, they might be a couple behind. It looks pretty much up to date. This day is crazy. I know, man. Jeff, thanks again, man. Appreciate you, bro. Could Remigio make it on special teams? No, because you'd have to put him on the roster as a wide receiver. I think he's either waived and then hopefully he clears waivers and ends up on the Chiefs practice squad, or maybe more likely he is put on IR because he dislocated his shoulder, and if he needs any kind of surgery, I mean, he's going to be on IR. We could have had Justin Jefferson instead of CEH. God. Jones knows we were trying to have money to spread around in order to find players for another Super Bowl run. I'm over it. What are the trade options? Don't know yet. Supposedly the Bears have inquired, which would be Ryan Poles, who used to work for the Chiefs. He's now the Bears GM. He probably just called and said, hey, man, what's going on with Chris Jones? And I'm sure Veach was like, hey, man, no thank you. But if they put Chris Jones, that's the thing. If he doesn't report by the end of the day, which we'll find out here soon if he does or not, they could put him on the did not report list, and he actually will not count against the cap for the time being or the roster, the 53-man roster. So even if he's still holding out, he's not going to hold the Chiefs back from being able to get everybody signed, I believe. Somebody quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure if he gets moved to the did not report list, that's what's going to happen. Let me go back and check everywhere else. I'm going to go to the Chiefs Twitter. Let me see. Chris Lamons. Oh, Chris Lamons, he's on the reserve suspended list with the Colts. Okay, that's not a surprise. Let me go back to the Chiefs website. I'm just refreshing everything. Hello? Hello? That's not helping. I tried. Why won't they release it? I don't know. Come on, man. About to go live for like 10 hours today. Can you show who hasn't been cut or traded? Okay, I mean, this is pretty much who hasn't been. Basically, who I have on this is like my 53-man roster list with updated players that have been cut. I've removed them. But I'm not 100% sure for every position group if we're right where we need to be, because there's only like 3 position groups that are confirmed. 4. QB, running back, wide receiver, and specialist. But here's kind of what it looks like right now. Patrick Mahomes and Blaine Gabbert, because Chris O and Shane Buechele were both waived. You have Isaiah Pacheco, Jerick McKinnon, CEH, because Pirine and Prince were both waived. 7 wide receivers confirmed, including Justin Ross. So, Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Richie James, Justin Watson. I put 4 tight ends. I threw Matt Bushman up there when they moved to 2 quarterbacks from 3 and 3 running backs from 4, because I thought they might roll with LaMichael Pirine as RB4. So I put Matt Bushman up there. They could roll with 3. They could cut Blake Bell, release him rather for a day, and re-sign him or sign him to the practice squad while they move some players around. You know, part of me wonders if Kadarius Toney, after the 53-man roster is shaped up, if he goes to IR, even though the reports are he could be ready for week 1. I just don't know. I have 10 offensive linemen right now. But again, not all these guys are confirmed. Like, there's other linemen that I don't have in here that aren't confirmed released yet. But these are like the best 10 that I could be or get towards. D-line is here. If they move Chris to did not report, I would think they roll like that or somewhere close to it. I don't know about Malik Herring at this point in time. BJ Thompson is confirmed. Obviously, they're not moving away from FAU. George Karlaftis. Turk Wharton could go to IR for 4 weeks as he's still trying to get back to being himself after tearing his ACL last year. I think Dana makes it. I would assume Neil Farrell makes it. They just traded for him. So we're getting close. Cam Jones is confirmed on the roster. So what does that mean for Jack Cochran? Obviously, Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Drew, and Leo got to be locked. So do they keep Jack? Is Leo hurt enough with that hip pointer that they put him on IR for 4 weeks after cutdowns? And if so, you then go from 6 linebackers to 5, and you could bring back one of the vets that you've released. With corners, I got 5, Snead, McDuffie, Watson, Joshua Williams, and Nick Jones. You could have a 6th. It could be Boodle. They haven't confirmed released Lamar Jackson. They have released, or waived rather, Reese Taylor. They've waived Khalif Halassi. They've waived, well, I mean, I'll just go to this page because I'm kind of blanking. This is who all they've waived. So that's kind of what the roster is looking like right now. But I need more. I need more. We just don't know. I got the 53-man roster on Bleacher Report. I mean, Bleacher Report is like an aggregate. So, like, from what website? I mean, they have a stream going about the 53-man roster. What's this one? Yeah, I don't see anything full 53, even on Bleacher Report. I don't really trust those guys. For like, I want to see like an insider or the Chiefs' actual site report on it. Gosh, dang it. Give me something. Thoughts on additional tier for confirmed cuts versus expected? I'd have to go back into the settings and I'd have to update the settings and kind of change some stuff around. Pretty sure you got someone from Bleacher Report in here just getting free mentions. That's crazy, dude. Y'all, if that's the case, that's messed up, actually. Yeah, nothing 53 yet. You're gonna need beer? I got one. I got 2, actually. I'm just sipping on one. Grapefruit Wheat Boulevard. Baller said it's out. Pete Sweeney just tweeted. Oh, the Chiefs just tweeted. Oh! All right, we got something. We got something. Let's click it. Let's go. All right. Let me zoom in. That's small. Okay. So none of this is new. Released. Kendall Blanton, Deion Bush, Austin Ryder, Danny Shelton. Boodle is waived. I'm going to move my 53-man roster over here, and then so when I go back to the 53, it'll be updated. Boodle is waived. Echo Boydo, Buechele, Matt Bushman, gone. All right. So 3 tight ends at the moment. They move Bushman down. Cole Christensen, Anthony Cook, Jerry and Ely, Ty Freifogel, Isaiah Gathings, Jason Godric, Juwan Green, Sebastian Gutierrez, Khalif Halassi, Anderson Hardy, Phil Hoskins, Lamar Jackson, okay, Truman Jones, Joshua Kando, Darian Kennard. There you go. Darian Kennard. Let me take him off. Okay. Deron Lowe, Isaiah Norman, Chris Oladokin, LaMichael Pirine, Cornell Powell, Deneric Prince, Ty Scott, Reese Taylor, Chris Williams, Daniel Wise. Okay. Waived injured. Jerome Carvin, Olakunle Fadukazi, and Nico Remigio. Waived due to injury. So I don't think he was placed on IR. Chris Jones has been moved to the did not report list. Okay. So let me do this. Add a row. I'm about to show you the entire 53-man roster and how exactly it looks as of right now. You guys can confirm if it's right. But let me move Chris Jones there. And then we can look at this like in more of like a graphic. So I think this should be right. Charles Omenihu is on he's exempt because of his suspension. Chris Jones moved to did not report. 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs. So you got Mahomes and Gabbert. You got Pacheco, McKinnon, and CEH. You've got 7 wide receivers. Tony, MVS, Sky, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Richie James, and Justin Watson. Then, let's see. 3 tight ends, at least as of right now, because Matt Bushman got waived. So you have Kelsey, Gray, and Bell. And then it looks like for the offensive line, I did not see any of these names on here. So obviously you got the 5 starters. Left tackle Donovan Smith, left guard Joe Tooney, center Creed Humphrey, right guard Trey Smith, right tackle Jawan Taylor. And then I don't believe I saw Prince Tega Wanogho on the list, so he made it. Looks like Nick Allegretti made it. Wanye Morris and Lucas Niang. The only one that I remember is Darian Kennard actually got waived. So the D line, because Chris moved to the did not report, you got Turk Wharton's he's not listed as released, waived, or I thought he might be moved to, well, he won't be moved to IR. Some of these guys might be moved tomorrow. But anyway, they're on the roster right now. I don't know how his knee's doing. He played a little bit in last game, didn't he? Or maybe the second game. Either way, he played a little bit this preseason. You got Karlaftis, you got FAU, Neil Farrell, who the Chiefs just traded for from the Raiders, Mike Dana, Derek Nottie, Keandre Coburn, BJ Thompson. I didn't see Malik Herring on this list, so that means he made it. Okay? Yeah, he's not on that list. So does that mean they're rolling with 5 linebackers? Is this right? Or 6, rather. My bad. Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, Leo, Jack, and Cam. I didn't see Jack Cochran on the list. I'm searching the page. I didn't see Cochran. Then you've got 5 corners. Snead, McDuffie, Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, and Nick Jones. All the other defensive backs are gone. Reese Taylor, Isaiah Norman, Lamar Jackson, Khalif Halassi, Anthony Cook, Echo Boydo, DiCaprio Boodle, Deion Bush was released. And so you've got 4 safeties, Justin Reed, Brian Cook, Mike Edwards, and Chamari Connor spelled wrong, by the way. That should be CHA, I believe. And then 3 specialists. That should equal 53. Can somebody correct me if it's wrong? The list got released on the Chiefs website. ISM was traded to the Panthers. Yeah, I forgot to mention that one. You counted 52? Is it because Chris was moved to the did not report? It's 53 I counted? Okay, cool. Now, it's the initial 53. Things are going to move around. Yeah, remember, Tranquil is a linebacker slash safety. He is a converted safety from college. So that's actually interesting. If you just considered Drew Tranquil for his versatility, meaning he could kind of go float around in here depending on the scheme and the play call. And then remember this, Chamari Connor could come down here and help the CB room as well. He was played literally everywhere. I know his name's spelled wrong. That actually annoys me, but it is what it is. And this doesn't... Here's the thing. If some of these players aren't quite ready to play, they have to make the 53-man roster before being moved to IR. If they did it today, they would be on IR for the season. So some of these players could still move to IR. Kadarius Toney could for 4 weeks. It's just a 4-week minimum. You could, 4-week minimum. Could be more. I don't know if Kadarius Toney has actually moved to IR or not. Who else could be? Turk Wharton with his knee could potentially be if they don't feel like he's quite ready yet. If they did that, it would make sense why they went and got Neil Farrell. And then you move Turk Wharton to IR. Danny Shelton, who was just released as a vested vet, resigns. Could it happen? Yeah, that could definitely happen. But that's best guesses. Hopefully Snead and his knee is fine, and they don't have to move him to IR. Because if you move him for 4 weeks, you've got 4 corners. And you do have Drew Tranquil, obviously, who can play back there. You have Chamari Connor. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, Bushman got cut too. I'll go back to the website if you guys want to look at it again. I'll pull it back up. But that's what it looks like. Yep, it's on the Chiefs website now. Yep, scroll back through. I can do that. So those are the 4 vets that they released. Kendall Blanton, defensive back Deion Bush, center Austin Ryder, nose tackle, defensive tackle Danny Shelton. Any of these guys could potentially sign to the practice squad, and they won't have to clear waivers. Or they could potentially sign back to the Chiefs 53 tomorrow after a couple guys are moved to IR if they do it. Waived, you got a lot. And it's in alphabetical order by last name. I wish it was by position group, but it is what it is. I'm going to read through it all again. Defensive back DiCaprio Boodle, waived. Echo Boydo as well. Shane Buechele, that's a bit of a surprise. Tight end Matt Bushman. Linebacker Cole Christensen. Defensive back Anthony Cook. Running back Jarian Ely. Wide receiver Ty Freifogel. I'm going to go and read over here instead of off the mirrored screen. You've got wide receiver Isaiah Gathings, or Gathings. I never actually figured out which. Jason Godric, that was the international pathway player. He's waived. Sebastian Gutierrez, tackle, waived. Defensive back Khalif Halassi. Tackle Anderson Hardy. Defensive tackle Phil Hoskins. Defensive back Lamar Jackson. The best Lamar Jackson in the league is gone, guys. I'm just playing. Defensive end, Truman Jones, Joshua Kando, Darian Kennard. The Chiefs just drafted that guy last year, and they waived him. Now, he could clear waivers, and he's a practice squad guy. We'll see, though. He must not have been impressing for them to waive him like that, year 2. Deron Lowe, who's a defensive back. Isaiah Norman, another one. And then Chris Oladokun. Chris O is what I call him. Then you have running back LaMichael Pirine, which was a surprise. They waived both Pirine and Prince. Cornell Powell, Deneric Prince, I just said that. Wide receiver Ty Scott, defensive back Reese Taylor, defensive tackle Chris Williams, and defensive end Daniel Wise. And then they waived a few guys with an injury designation, I believe is what that means. Jerome Carvin, Ola Kunle, probably butchered that, Fatu Kazi, and then Nico Remigio. Amir Smith-Marset was traded to the Panthers. Chris Jones was moved to the reserve/did not report list, which means he doesn't count right now as a roster spot or against the Chiefs salary cap at this point in time. And then they acquired defensive tackle Neil Farrell via trade with it's not the Chokeland Faders anymore, whatever they are, the Las Vegas Raiders, LA Raiders, LV. So that's what it's looking like, guys. And again, I think it's all right. That's 2 quarterbacks. That's 3 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 offensive linemen, 10 defensive linemen, 6 linebackers instead of 5, 5 corners, 4 safeties, 3 specialists. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Chiefs' initial 53-man roster. I only have 51. Oh, is Caliendo missing? Thank you. I didn't actually hand count it, so we could put Caliendo in there. Is Caliendo on here? Mike! There he is. Boom. Thank you. Yeah, he was not cut. He wasn't on that list. Good catch. Yeah, Caliendo's not on that list, so let's do this. So, are they really rolling with 11? What am I missing here? You know what? With Caliendo on here, guys, Nick Allegretti might go to IR. I actually said that in my good catch on whoever said Mike Caliendo. I actually said this. Because Nick Allegretti hurt his shoulder last week, and there's just an unknown status, I said Nick Allegretti could be a candidate to land on IR while he rests that shoulder. And the fact that they didn't put him on IR today means his shoulder shouldn't be bad enough to end the season. But I did say, if that happens to Nick, Mike Caliendo could find his way in there. Because Nick Allegretti is kind of a Swiss Army knife for the interior positions, guard and center. I think Caliendo can kind of, I don't know if he's as versatile as Allegretti, but I know he can, I think he can play center. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he can kick inside. So the fact that they have 11 here, you had 9 on both? Can I not count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Thank you. I just can't count. 10 and 9. So is this 53? So now you have 52 because Dickerson's missing. Oh, frick. Okay. Nice. Thank you. I should have Dickerson on here. And that'll actually be it. I just can't count. Here he is. Boom. That's it. 10 and 10. That makes way more sense. I just can't count. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 10. All right. That's actually it. 2 QBs, 3 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. I hope this is 53 after all this work. 10 O-linemen, 10 defensive linemen. Matt Dickerson hurt his toe. I hope he's doing all right. He got a turf toe in the preseason. 6 linebackers, 5 corners, 4 safeties, 3 specialists. That better be 53. That's 53 just counted? Let's go. All right, we made it. We made it, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, good call on Dickerson and Caliendo on adding them. I definitely did not see that. So there you go. Initially, this is what it looks like. Now, Charles Omenihu eventually will come back after 6 weeks of suspension. Chris Jones, whenever he eventually comes back, he'll report and have to take a roster spot. So good luck with these. 10 and 10, 6, 5. Now, what I want to look for within the next 24 hours, I want to look for some of these guys potentially being re-signed. I don't know if they will. Some of them will be potentially re-signed to the practice squad. But if Turk Wharton went to IR for 4 weeks, Danny Shelton could be re-added. 6 linebackers is crazy. I hope Leo's okay. Yeah, that is an example of maybe Jack Cochran needs a little bit of rest. He had a hip pointer in the last game. I want to look at something. Let's see, 820. Would it be 826? No. I was curious how many linebackers the Chiefs normally roll with. Chiefs final cutdown tracker. 764 comments. People comment like that on Arrowhead Pride? That's freaking nuts. This isn't updated. That's for sure. Can Cam Jones come back at any time, or does he have to miss time? Oh, Chris Jones? I read it as Cam Jones. No, I don't honestly know 100%. What? Let me read that did not report list. I think there's a little bit of a caveat to it. The player does not, if they're on the did not report list, players who have left their team or stopped playing NFL football but have yet to submit retirement papers, they get moved to this list. The player does not count against a team's roster limit or its salary cap. I don't know what the ramp up period is, although I just talked about that earlier. Where's my stream? What are you guys seeing? You guys seeing this? Okay, I have so many. If I go to my profile, I can tell you what was talked about in an article about Chris Jones if he ends up on the did not report list. Let me see. I shared about it right here. Hopefully I can view it because I don't have a Premier subscription. Okay. So, at the cutdown, which is 4 p.m. Eastern Tuesday, the Chiefs will move Jones if he hasn't reported to the reserve did not report list. If he shows up, say, a week later, the Chiefs would likely apply for a 2-game roster exemption, during which the Chiefs can carry Jones without using a roster spot. So, I don't know if they utilize the whole 2 weeks, if they have to, or if that's just like pretty standard once somebody reports to have a 2-week ramp up. Under this rule, though, if Jones doesn't report by Tuesday, the Chiefs can choose not to pay him. So, we'll see. I don't have the exact answer for you on that list. But I try to get close. Yep, CJ's salary does not count against the cap. Not while he's on this list. Exactly. What happened to Nico? He got waived with an injury designation. Yep, thank you, Joe. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun. So did he take up a roster spot? No, I think he doesn't. He doesn't qualify for or count against the roster right now. That's just talking about, yeah, because if he doesn't report, the team can use a roster exemption to withhold game checks for him. I don't know if they'll do this. I don't know if they'll withhold the game checks or not, but once you move to the reserve did not report list, you no longer count, for the time being, against the team's salary cap or the active roster. That's what that looks like for Jones. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Carlos Dunlap. Hey, hello. How you going to waive Kennard and keep Niang? Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. They must feel like they needed, they liked Niang better for tackle depth than they were. Like, I just don't know if they were impressed with Kennard. Yep, Remigio was waived with an injury designation. First year watching NFL, and I don't understand anything that is happening. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. I don't think Chris will go anywhere. He'll take a deal. He grows older, and I'm sure he doesn't want to change teams. Schefter reporting Chiefs going to break bank for Jonathan Taylor. I mean, with no Chris Jones on the roster, they got some cap room. But, like, you got to then plan for when he comes back. You got to make room for that. It's very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. No, Jack. Here, let me show you what I was reading here. This is from NFL.com. Okay, players who have left their team or stopped playing NFL football but have yet to submit retirement papers get moved to the reserve did not report list. When they get moved to this list, the player does not count against a team's roster limit or its salary cap. And this is confirmed from the Chiefs website. Chris Jones has been moved to the reserve did not report list. So, if I'm reading that right, that's exactly what it is. player does not count against a team's roster limit or its salary cap. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me, because I am not above correction for sure. No worries, Jack. Are you upset with Chris Jones? No, I'm not upset. I just hope something gets figured out sooner than later, man. You know? Definitely. Niang is very strong. Taylor's out for 4 weeks. Taylor? Taylor? All right, let me go look. All right, here. This is from Adam Teicher. I mean, he kind of confirmed what we've already worked through, but you should at least be able to see it now. 2 quarterbacks, Mahomes and Gabbert. 3 running backs, Pacheco, McKinnon, CEH, tight end, Kelsey, Gray, Bell. The 7 wide receivers, MVS, Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Kadarius Toney, Richie James. Then you've got the 5 starters. Donovan Smith, Tooney, Humphrey, Trey Smith, Taylor. Then you have Nick Allegretti, Caliendo, Morris, Niang, and Wanogho. Now, where's the defense? Where's the defense, Adam? Here we go. Then you got Karloftis, Dana, Noddy, Wharton, FAU, Farrell that they just traded for, BJ Thompson, Keandre Coburn, Matt Dickerson, Malik Herring. 6 linebackers. Bolton Gay, Chanel, Tranquil, Cochran, Jones. Then for cornerbacks, we have Sneed, McDuffie, Williams. Wait. Yeah, Nick Jones. Okay, I was like, what Jones? I'm like, what am I reading? Sneed, McDuffie, Williams, Watson, and Nick Jones. And then safeties, 4. Justin Reed, Brian Cook, Jamari Connor, Mike Edwards. Then your 3 specialists. So there you go. We got there. We got there via this, but it took a minute. So thanks, guys, for helping me add all the right people and making sure everything was there. I will double check X/Twitter because somebody said Taylor's missing 4 weeks. Taylor who? Just making sure I'm not missing anything else. So much going on. Yeah, here's a note from that confirms it from Matt Derrick. With Chris Jones going to reserve did not report list, he will not count towards the team's 53, and his $19.5 million base salary will not count towards the cap. I think you guys can see this. I'm sharing my screen, right? Yep. So there's that. Did I retweet this? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. All right. That's surprising. There you go. That's it. Oh, he's talking about Jonathan Taylor. Okay, thank you. I'm like, Taylor? Jawan Taylor? Sorry. I have my Chiefs hat on. But anyway, I was just making sure I didn't miss anything. So okay, that's helpful. Dropping P. Ryan for 1 more year of CH was the wrong move to make? I don't know. I trust the Chiefs coaching staff, man. I trust their decision. Natalie, yep, let's go Chiefs. No trade suitor, so he's staying with Indy, but has to go onto the PUP list. Okay. Sky Moore is really wide receiver 3. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not even really worried about. Yeah, I'm not worried about this, guys. Don't look at this as like an official depth chart. I mean, Kadarius Toney could go to IR for a little while, for 4 weeks potentially, and then you've got to deal with those 6. But I'm not saying this is the exact order. It could be, I think Rashee Rice would be a little further down. Maybe Richie James would be here. I mean, I don't know. This is going to turn into good luck with your guess as the season goes on. I'm not too worried about that. The same dude who first broke the McCaffrey trade just said Nick Bosa going to the AFC and is a circulating rumor. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting, guys. Well, we've been live since 1:30, so there's 3 hours. We made it. The 53 is here. I am going live again. If I can get this video done in time, I'm going live again at 8 p.m. and we can talk about all this and some of the stuff that is resurfaced. And yeah, so I got to go make a video, but I appreciate you guys being here. It was fun to react live. We peaked out at like 2.7K viewers. So it was a lot of fun, man. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back tonight. If you want to come back and talk about the 53, I'll get some more thoughts around everything. And then we'll kind of go from there. I am going to drop a video, though, before that. So I'm going to go work on that right now. So until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about those